How dare you stream while I stream?
Yeah, pretty messed up, honestly.
Oh, that's really funny. All right. Yeah. All right. Everything should be all set. Cool.
Saba, join my stream.
Why are both of you live?
Because
Join
Grant
my
is,
stream.
Grant is now committing the mutiny.
Yes, I'm committing mutiny.
I see.
Don't we have? I'm pretty sure we have a save state, right, to load from.
Most likely.
Well, I just died. Oh yeah, this one's about right. Because I don't think we finished this dungeon.
Did we not end off by doing a boss battle?
That was 2 episodes ago.
That was?
I was not there.
Yeah, because
the
last thing what you're thinking of is when we beat the moth guy. The Mothman.
Mothman.
There's no need to feel down, I said. Mothman.
Mothman.
Dude, what the fuck up with this spark? No!
With this spark, he chase.
Oh, I killed him.
What are you gonna do about it?
I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Let me open up my map.
Where's Waldo?
Where is
All right,
Waldo?
well, I guess let's go to the, Ooh, you missed me. Let's go to where... Frick, dude. Why's everything so difficult? This is such a weird dungeon. I like it. I want to go to...
Wait, did the background used to be green?
What? How did I turn into...
Am I misremembering things?
What are you talking about, Saba?
Background used to be green?
Like
what?
the light...
You mean for the overlay
thing.
on stream?
Yeah.
No. I have unique filters for every game that we play.
Was any of them green at one point?
6 it was green.
Fancy.
Well, it was less green, more like blue-green, but yes, it was greenish.
Okay. So that did happen. It's just not for this game.
Yes. I do change them. Purposefully and with intent.
I do recall I liked that color green. It was nice.
You lied to me.
You lied to me. What's that from again?
That was Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated.
Oh, right. That was what's his face.
Or it's the cat. Yeah,
You
Funky
lied
Phantom's
to me.
cat. You lied to me.
And what was isn't he the one where I picked up that really annoying habit of like finishing off my sentences with even?
Yes, that was him.
Like that's a real thing that I have to deal with on a daily basis. Is me going like
A real problem. What about it even?
What about it even? What do you mean that the stream has jumped the shark even? We're only affiliate. Ow, stop hurting me. Just leave me alone.
No! No!
All right.
Oh, is that a red shell?
A what?
Red Show.
Mario?
Mario Kart? You playing Mario Kart?
Oh, we still need to do that.
Mario Kart
Mario.
is a game.
Mario Kart is a game. I don't believe you. Who exactly do you think you are, sir?
Non-existent.
So, remember how when you were helping me with the stuff, Grant, I says to you like, man, my voice doesn't feel super great or whatever.
Yeah.
I then instead of taking a nap like I was supposed to, I then ended up watching a couple YouTube videos where I got really upset at the person who made the video, and so I started yelling.
Well,
oh my god,
that's not ideal at all.
So I'm not exactly
neither is that. That's not ideal.
I'm not exactly monotone yet, but I am getting there.
You're not exactly monetized yet.
No, yeah, but I was like, not really. Oh. Alright, well. How was everyone's week? I know that for a literal sake, the three of us kind of hung out for a little bit last night, but
Yeah.
Indeed.
Lawrence did come back and he was like, "What the hell did I walk into?" I was like, "Just don't question. Just don't question it, okay?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it." Yeah.
Don't worry that we're putting giant anime tittied ladies.
it's
Oh
important.
yeah. Then I recall that I also had a very long. It was late for you, Zach.
Yes,
last
it was,
night.
and it was your fault.
I don't know. I think you could, take some responsibility for posting.
It was a fun conversation, though. I will say that.
I like getting theoretical and blah blah blah.
like
Game
Grant,
theory?
like Grant. I double checked, because I said this to Saba and I double checked. Did you know that, apparently, like one of the primary origins of Japanese tentacle porn was because internationally.
Censorship.
What?
Yeah,
because
censorship.
because originally it was like rape and molestation porn, and then apparently they learned like, oh, if you just make it like an animal, it's not as bad apparently.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. Japan.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I got American sushi.
Since you got American sushi.
Yeah, because let's be honest, I don't think, like, and I've even like seen like people in Japan are like, no, that's not sushi. What Americans eat, it's like the same thing they've done to Chinese food.
I mean, for the most part, unless it's done by a person of said nationality who knows the craft.
'Tis true. I mean, but I think regardless of if they do that, I don't think a California roll is
California roll is obviously.
I mean, it's literally called California
it's in the
roll.
name, yeah. So.
So yeah, no.
But they're so tasty.
They
Many
are.
people
I
will
agree.
admit to that, yeah.
Right. Here.
Lawrence still owes me Korean barbecue.
You keep saying that.
Lawrence still owes me his life.
Lawrence still owes me $5.
What'd he do?
He borrowed my Nintendo Switch and never paid me back.
Kill him.
Oh my goodness. Which
What happens if I pull this?
I don't know. I swear you've been in this room before.
Yeah, literally
what I
earlier,
recall.
like 5
No,
minutes ago.
I meant in other playthroughs, because I recall being like, well, how do we get those bats off the wall? Or whatever
Right.
they are.
Last week.
Last week.
We never
Today.
finished this dungeon.
Last week tonight.
With on Jolliver.
Oliver.
Hello, and for our main story tonight, and then he just hangs himself live on TV.
Oh my god.
Oh god, no.
Okay. Yeah,
At this point, though, since what, Zach? Ooh,
He's dead.
Yeah.
he's dead.
I don't have any healing
Rest
stuff.
in peace.
It's hard. There's a lot of stuff in this dungeon that just deals a lot of damage really quickly. I want to do the because Adrian talked about it a long while ago, but it's the ice temple. But like all 3 of these temples left, I don't know how to access.
You think the ice temple is the number 5?
I thought it'd be number 6, but 5 or 6 seem about equal in chance. I don't know.
I only
frick
say
it. Let's just
5
finish
because
this
of
one.
the blue thing, but there's blue near 6 as well.
Stop! I have such limited health in this freaking dungeon, dude.
No!
No! Why?
Oh my gosh, you a bunny rabbit.
Bunny boy.
Just let me go.
Let me die.
No, don't let me die. That's the problem. Everything in the Dark World deals like 2 to 3 hearts of damage. It's like, oh my god.
Everything in the
please.
Shadow Realm.
You are in the Shadow Realm.
If Adrian is correct, and the
Shadow Realm does exist,
and the Ice Temple has like a tunic in it that just like reduces the damage you take by like a non-insignificant amount. That is,
I believe it does.
That's baffling to me that they don't like show it to you first, I guess, or at least make it closest to like the temple where you spawn.
Nah, you gotta earn it.
It's not even that you need to earn it, like just finishing the dungeon should be earning it.
Nah.
Nah.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe it's literally like half.
Half what?
Half your damage taken.
Man, that'd be really nice.
I think, not sure. I might also be thinking of OG Legend of Zelda with the white tunic.
Yeah, maybe.
But then again, this is kind of like a realization of OG Legend of Zelda.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I might just abandon this dungeon because I know I could probably do it, but it's just frustrating to like brute force my way through.
You should come back when you can stockpile on hearts.
So, how do I get to 7? I mean, I'm right next to 6. I guess.
Why do these things have numbers, by the way?
You're supposed to do them in a certain order.
I mean, I guess so, but like the one that was 1 wasn't the tunic.
Well, yeah, no, you gotta earn that shit.
Grant.
You gotta earn it.
You were like a third of the way through and you want some game-ending shit? Nah.
The tunic is, well, I'm just saying, like, don't make it game ending. Just make it so that way it's like, oh, this one is, you get a little bit.
Did we figure out how to
As a
help
wise
Frogger?
man once told
Yes,
me,
I need
get
the
good
Titan's
for
Mitt,
it.
which was in that dungeon that I was just in, but I couldn't finish the dungeon.
Poor Frogger, trapped forever.
Rest in peace.
Oh, I can't go anywhere.
I can't go anywhere.
Go this way.
Now you can never return.
It's over.
So see, it's like right here, but I don't know how to get in there.
I mean, it literally looks cut off.
Did you ever buy the flippers?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure. Oh, there they are, down there. Yeah.
So my assumption is
What just happened?
Saba.
Went back to the normal world.
Saba,
Oh.
please. We've
Dude,
been
I missed
fired.
a lot of this game, okay?
You what?
I missed a lot of this game.
You did?
I believe so.
No, I'm pretty sure you were here for the magic mirror part. You missed the intro, and that was it. I'm pretty sure.
Like, I remember the Dark World stuff, but I was like, dang, I didn't realize it was such drastic of a change.
Yeah, you can just, now that he like got the whatever, he can at will go between each world.
Well, I can
Oh,
only
cool.
Or if you
go. I can
will.
only go in one direction.
He is, if you will, a link to the past.
Wow.
Well, that's the thing. Is it even the
Yes.
past? Isn't it just a different world?
I don't know, man.
Like, why is it called a link to the past? There's no time travel in this. It's just like an alternate dimension.
Alternate dimension. These nuts.
It's like, what is it? The Twilight Princess alternate dimension.
Kinda, actually, yeah.
Remember when they executed Ganon?
I did.
Twilight
I remember
Princess.
I remember you telling me about that scene.
Where they actually fucking execute him, sort of.
Sort of. He is a criminal. So
He is a criminal, but also he can't die.
how
Ooh,
dare
look, we're in a desert now.
Saba.
There's a vulture. Is he?
Kill him.
If he's like the
I
Mario
know
vulture, he will take
for
your hat.
1000% sure that you saw us in the desert.
No.
Yes, you were.
Desert was pretty early.
I will refer back to the recordings.
You should know if I'm outside, I actually can't watch the video, so I only put chat on and listen to you guys talk.
That's fine. Who is that?
Old man?
Old man. Old man.
All right. I don't know. Does anyone have anything that they want to talk about in particular? Or do we want to do banter topics?
I started playing Divinity Original Sin 2. I knew almost nothing about the game.
It's very good.
It's very good.
like can you so I don't know if you it'll probably make more sense now that you're, more familiar with it. And I still want you to talk about the game.
I mean, I've only played like few-ish hours.
That's about the same as me. I played the first the first however many hours like multiple times because I could never get past it. But no. The what I was going to say was that oh my god, please. What I was going to say was that I thought that it'd be really cool to use that because you know how like there's it's turn-based combat or whatever, but the things in the environment interact with each other in such brilliant ways. You can take like a barrel of oil, throw it at a guy, and then cast fireball on him, and he just fucking explodes.
It's so good.
I want that, but for a JoJo game.
For a JoJo game?
Yeah, just
turn-based combat.
Well,
actually, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, think like because that's the part about JoJo combat that I always really enjoy. Right? Is that make your wish here will be granted. Thank you. That's what I always thought was really cool about it was the idea in JoJo was just like using your basic ability in a really interesting way. And I feel like the Divinity Original Sin 2 combat loans itself to that really well.
Yeah.
But anywho, you were talking about the game.
Agree. Yeah, so I knew almost nothing about the game other than it had been described to me by you, Zach, as D&D video game.
More or less.
I was like, what is that? I wasn't really sure what that meant, but it was on sale for $17, and so I'm like, it's the last day of this, summer sale. I'll buy it. And so I bought it, and I played it, and to be honest, my initial reaction to most RPGs is anger. I get upset because I don't understand it, because it's a lot of information, and I'm like, you could do this so more succinctly and like so much more better for the player, and I get upset at a lot of RPGs. But that's always my initial reaction. But then I'm like, okay, I get it, and then I have a really good time with the game. Divinity Original Sin 2, I did not have that, surprisingly, despite it being D&D, the video game, which is, complex in of itself. I was like, I get this, kinda. They're telling me the information that I need to know right now, and I appreciate that.
Right.
And so it was only like 2 hours into the game that I learned how to rotate the camera, so I felt a little silly for that.
You can rotate the camera?
Yeah, it's middle mouse.
Oh, I never really needed that, but that's neat to know.
It's because I was just like messing around like with the mouse, because I was trying to do something, I forget what it was, and then it's all of a sudden I was like, oh, the camera changed. I did this. It is just very, very cool and a very interesting experience, the likes of which I have not experienced before. I chose one of the already set up origin stories because it just sounded cool, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
That's fair.
I kind of just want, I want a little bit of guidance. I don't want to be like, here's this massive world, bye. So having a character quest line is very nice, and it's just a really good game. Like, I'm having a really fun time with it.
How much have you explored breaking the game systems?
Breaking the systems, not much.
Let me give you a little ditty, and this will give you just a basic understanding of the types of shit you can get away with in that game. If you plan on,
I know it's pretty crazy.
Right. So in that first area, like the prison, right?
Fort Joy.
Fort Joy. There
Yeah.
is on the outskirts of town, there is a teleporting crocodile. Did you find that one yet?
I killed a bunch of crocodiles. I don't think he Wait, is that the one? Oh, yeah, where he has the gloves of teleportation.
Yes. So you got the gloves of teleportation from him.
I did. I still have them. I took them off though.
So it's a short range teleportation, right? That is one of the
where
abilities
it can be used
that
on others.
It can be used on yourself or others. And it's short range, and so at first you're like, oh, okay, it allows you to just move a little bit. You can use it outside of combat.
Yeah.
So do you remember the whole reason why you're stuck in Fort Joy?
Because you're a sorcerer.
Well, that's the narrative reason, but like the mechanical reason why you're stuck in Fort Joy.
Oh, because you have the collar.
Because you have the collar and you need a key to get through the gate, right?
Yes.
So there's
you can teleport to the other
You
side.
can teleport through the gate.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. There's multiple things in that game where the way that teleporting works is that it's like a sphere around you that determines distance. But in certain locations, the distance that you so the reason why I'm here, by the way, just for those who might be watching that are frustrated, I have no idea how the fuck to get into that other palace from in the other area. So I thought maybe if I came back here, maybe there would be like a gate to the dark world that would allow me to just go in. I guess not, because I can't find it. So that's a little annoying. But yeah, anyway, but keep in mind, Grant, the teleportation also doesn't need to be animate. You can also do it to inanimate objects too. So for example, if you were to take, I don't know, like a bunch of barrels of TNT and put it right next to the captain of the guard, an enemy who is normally supposed to be 13 levels higher than you, if you take all the barrels of TNT, which doesn't activate his combat, because it's technically a not aggressive move, you're just moving barrels. You move them all next to him, and at the very first turn of combat, shoot it with literally anything that would ignite the barrel, and he just dies instantly. And I think you get all the way up to level 5 in one hit.
That's hilarious.
Because of the XP that you get. So
yeah, that's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Sorry, Mr. Bug.
The most, I guess, I mean, because there's no right way to play, but
Yeah, of course.
the one, I guess, out of normalness that I did was, do you remember the, like, monster you find on the beach, and then a magister's like, oh, where's my dad? And it's like, I think I killed him.
Yeah, you could take the ring or whatever.
Yeah, I took the ring, and the ring gave me restoration, like the spell. And
Yep.
I was like, dope. I can use it like however much I want outside of combat, heal my entire party. Awesome. And then I think if you talk to her, like you present the ring or whatever, she's like, oh my God. And she runs over and she's just like heartbroken crying. And I'm like, okay. And then I notice I don't have restoration. I'm like, does she still have it? And so I just kind of sneak up behind her and kill her, and I'm like, "Oh, there's the ring. All right, on my
You
way."
just take it back.
Yeah, I
So-
just took it.
So you've probably already figured this out, but do you know who else you can do that to? Where you can just take whatever's in their inventory.
Anybody?
Not only anybody, but also merchants,
Oh my God.
including the people that sell the really valuable like spell books and stuff.
That's funny.
It's just the only thing is that the difficulty of like pickpocketing them increases as the
Is
value
pride.
of the stuff that you took from them increases. So the first item you take from somebody is always going to be free, no matter what.
Oh.
So you don't really have to. So you can just take whatever is the most valuable thing that they have and just take it immediately, which is fun. Like that's
Wow.
just great. But yeah. I don't know. Like when Adrian's here tomorrow, if you want to get some more pointers from him, because Adrian like finished the whole game because he had the patience for it.
Yeah, I'm certain he did. It seems very much like Adrian would enjoy it as it's, D&D.
Yeah. But yeah, that game's super cool. It does like so much like
Very neat.
weird stuff that I enjoy. Like there's the they have the hello, are you alive this time or are you still a ghost? Okay, you're still a ghost. There was a quest from the guy. Oh, I never actually got his shovel. My bad. Anyway. But yeah, you know that like classic video game move of like shoot a heavy arrow that like pins somebody to a wall?
Yeah.
They have that in that game, but the idea is that the modifier that determines how far the arrow goes and is determined by like your strength and what you shot. So like the weight of the thing that you shoot. So if you have a rogue on your team or a character who is, you know, theoretically like very light, you can shoot them with that own arrow. It'll deal it'll deal damage, obviously, but you can just have them. You can just have them like prepare for damage so they take less. And you can shoot them in a straight line, crazy distances, skipping entire chapters of the game.
That's hilarious.
I love it. It's so good. Okay, so I got that guy's shovel. So now I'm gonna go. Now I'm gonna go to the regular world and hopefully find his flute or whatever.
Nice. Another thing I experienced that was just surprisingly, that was just like really cool and freeing, was that I thought I was like soft locked in an area because there was this where I was in a prison in Fort Joy, so I was in a prison's prison.
Oh, the underground section.
Yeah, the underground section where if you go to the right, you no matter what you say, you get attacked by like 3 magisters and one's dog.
Yeah.
And if you go to the left, it's a locked door. And I'm like, and I just couldn't figure out like why, like I couldn't beat them because I didn't have any people at the time. So I was just like, am I just like stuck here? What the heck? And so I kept walking around and like jiggling the door. And then I saw, I'm like, wait, the door has a health bar. Can I just, and I just started attacking it. And it took like, 3 actual minutes, but I was like, hell yeah, as I just break the door and get free.
Did the ladder not work?
No, the ladder's past the door.
Really? Because I thought you...
Are you thinking of the underground fighting arena?
I might be thinking about the fighting arena.
Yeah, no, this was a different one.
Okay. That to make a sense.
Yeah.
I like these flowers. Just doing a little jiggle.
They're dancing.
Oh, I saw something. Did you see that?
Get up.
I don't know, man. Where would his thing be buried, do you think? Oh, ooh. I found it. I found his ocarina.
The ocarina.
Cool.
It's the flute. Bullshit.
Okay. So with that, we can now go back. Huzzah. Hello, sir. I have your ocarina.
Hello.
Please take it. If by chance you go to the village I lived in, please give it to a tired old man you will find there. My mind is getting hazy. Please let me hear the sound of the flute one last time.
Oh my god.
Is he about to die?
Rest in peace, brother.
Oh!
Wow.
He turned into a tree! No!
A tree!
It's just like, head back. No!
Nope.
All right, well, I got an ocarina. That's kind of neat, I guess.
That's pretty poggers.
That's pretty freaking pog. Oh, I triggered that guy.
Oh, you got his attention.
He was like, "What was that? Happiness
You can't play
in
music
my
here."
home?" Anyway. Oh, right, we can't go this way. Unless
You fool.
no, because I need to use the sparkles to get back, so that wouldn't work.
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Sparkle, sparkle. Oh wait! I know this is gonna be bad, but I want it.
But
No!
I want it.
He knocked me into the ferry. Fuck.
Did you
Oh,
think?
did you see the invincibility frames I had?
Easy.
Yeah. You got look at Grant over here being Mr. Moneybags. He bought Balloons Tower Defense 6 and
Balloons is $2.
Divinity Original Sin 2.
I spent $19.
What?
That's already
ridiculous
$10 too
amount.
much, Grant.
$10 too
Yeah.
much. What are you talking about?
Grant had lost his grip on like the value of money. I think we need to teach him a lesson.
Oh my god.
Oh! You will not get away this time. Or you'll fly. That seems bullshit.
Or I
How
guess
can
you
do-
will.
How are you allowed to do that? Oh. Okay, got it. What are you, Piglin?
What are you?
What are you? Who are you? All right.
Very cool.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him.
It's a very low energy stream. I'm still so exhausted. I told this to Grant earlier because Grant helped me with some game design stuff for the GMTK project that we're continuing. But I mean, I didn't exactly go to bed at a good time last night. I went to bed at like I want to say like 4:30, but I slept until like 1:30 today. Like I woke up and it was already PM and I was like, ooh, that don't feel good.
Doesn't feel good.
And that don't feel super great. What if I went up here? What do you think? Because that looks like I need to be up on the cliff, right?
Yeah, that's looks like it.
So how do I get up there? I don't even remember. All right. What's another banter topic?
What is
shit, let me
banter?
scroll up.
Baba.
What is banter?
What are synonyms of banter?
The subtle influences that video games have on you, or commerce, goals, and grandeur.
So
Yeah,
this
what's
one-
this?
so this topic was from when we were maybe contemplating doing like a podcasty type thing, like a more proper podcasty type thing, that we then abandoned due to like technology and internet reasons. But it was just the idea, like this was going to be the topic of like an episode of the podcast or whatever, where it was just like ways that video games and entertainment media in general might have influenced your cognizance and like your just your mental whatevers without you really realizing it. Because like the really obvious ones are like video games cause violence and stuff like that, right? And although I don't think that that's necessarily as ubiquitous as a lot of people might say, there might be some validity to it. But the stuff that I'm talking about more is like I'll give you like the example that I've said multiple times was that for many years, I just assumed that a store would buy anything that I brought them that I wanted to sell. Because that's usually how it is. Well, yeah, yes, actually. Like I will admit I was in like my late teens by the time I realized like, oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why would like Walmart buy all my old Pokemon cards? Like that's not a thing that they would just do. But in video games you can. In most video games you could just take an inventory full of crap, bring it to a store and sell it for obviously a very small amount of money.
Take this rock. Give me 50 cents.
Well, not necessarily like that, but kinda, you know? Just the idea of like, you know, in a lot of video games, it's not exactly one-to-one like that, but it is something similar. So that's like an example of like something that I didn't realize, because I just never thought of it, you know? And then like another one, and this will be like I have a few more of these, but I want to hear what you guys have to say. But another one that I thought of when I was thinking of this topic was in a video game, you always have a goal for the most part. Or if you don't have a goal, you can have a very attainable small-term goal, which will spring off into many, many, many others, right? Because like you know, because like a video game isn't just about like existing, it's about like doing a thing, right? Or even like if you're in Minecraft might not necessarily have any de facto objectives that you need to do on a moment by moment basis, but it does give you stuff that you need to do, and they're really attainable to do, you know? Like the fact that in like and I mean, and this isn't really me talking about like the realism of video games or anything like that, but like the fact that you can build a house in Minecraft in 30 minutes is like, that's like a goal that you can do in a very feasible amount of time without having to dedicate like a shit ton of time to it. But yeah, just the idea of like video games might give you a sense of drive, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Like in the sense of like a sense of drive that that isn't necessarily feasible under most circumstances, I guess.
Okay.
Because like there are large portions in a person's life where you just have nothing to do, really. You just kind of have to like exist for a while, and that never happens in a video game. Even with something like The Sims, right? The Sims
you
is
always
never
have goals.
You always have a goal, right? Even if it's like an intrinsic goal that you give yourself, that's still a goal. Whereas like,
right.
you know, in real life, you can have like a hobby. Like I guess I mean to say, like, you know, in real life, you can have like, I want to make more money, but you can't do that in a single afternoon like you can in a video game. You have to like spend fucking years of your life getting there.
Makes sense.
So yeah, I don't know if you guys have anything semi-akin that you might be able to list, but that was just the thing I was thinking of.
I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if there is.
Do some games like the influence of like almost like some games are like, you know, stories where they influence your perception of certain ideas, like Nier, for example. I guess Nier Automata.
Like what?
Like I guess the thing is, it's not so much as like an impact versus like it like teaching you, let's say, about like nihilism or concepts such as that. I wonder if that's on the same vein as what Zach is talking about, though.
Not quite, because that's more of like a lesson. I get what you're saying, right? Like a video, like you like, I don't know, maybe I'm misinterpreting your sentence, but like the statement that you just said seemed more like, you know, a video game introduced you to a concept that you weren't familiar with and then explored it within its own universe, which is fine. Like that's its own thing. But
that,
I mean, like,
or like an existing idea.
Like here's another one, because I remember I asked this to my friend Jared when I was thinking about it, and he couldn't really think of a lot, because I guess it's the type of thought that you just don't really have that often, right? I can guarantee you that you guys have something along this vein, but you're just not thinking of it because you never really had to think of it before. But one of the ones that like my friend Jared said was, he was like, yeah, I never realized how heavy swords were. Because in video games you see characters that are,
you swing them around,
and like people's unbelievable stamina, to like just run across giant vast valleys and be like, it's fine.
No. Well, not necessarily like that. Like, because there's a level of the real discourse that you can have with video games. Like in Monster Hunter, it's obviously ridiculous how huge those weapons are. Like, that's its own thing. Or like, you know, as you just said, like a single individual being able to like sprint their way across an entire field. Like, that's like video game nonsense. But like, I don't know. Like his thing was, as I said, with the sword was like, yeah, I just never really thought of like, oh yeah, a sword is made of heavy steel. Why wouldn't it be really difficult to like swing around and stuff? But yeah,
The only
I've definitely got one now.
is like drawing swords, I think, because I think to a certain degree, I think from the back, I think I've seen some videos of like people who
Yeah,
like,
from the back, it's like that wasn't ever a thing.
That's like that's very hard to do. So it just looks
because
cool.
you have to extend your arms so far.
Yeah, so Cloud
length
is
of the
just
sword.
the
Bullshit.
you know, yeah, it's
no,
just
I mean the Buster Sword
looks-
is bullshit.
it looks really cool, but it's just, you know.
Yeah. I definitely have a one now that you mentioned the sword, which is simply holding someone over like an edge or something.
Where they're like
That's
leaning,
hard.
where they're like leaning,
Where
and
they're
you're, like, grabbing
dangling.
Their oh, okay, yeah.
If they're like dangling and you're like holding on their arm, that's very hard.
people don't realize it, but even like a person who's not like fat is pretty heavy. Just like just through the virtue of being a human being, they're pretty heavy. And then not only that, but just the grip that you need to have with an arm is insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah. So I
that's
mean, like
definitely
obviously the examples that I gave at the very height of this were more like lifestyle things that I just never really thought of before. But these ones are also fun. The ones where it's just like silly, you know, I never really thought of blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Like I remember this was another one that I thought of, which I don't know, maybe it'll jog your guys' thoughts for something else, but time scale. Because this is something I only recently came, and by recently I mean within like the last 4 years, I guess, but I kind of already mentioned it a few times, but like in video games, a video game obviously only lasts for a very small fraction of your entire lifetime, but the things that are accomplishable in real life that you can also do in video games take up a much longer period of time to do. So, for example, I don't remember the name of the game, but one of the games you have to go to college before you can like go out into the real world to explore and whatnot. And literally college, all 4 years of college in that game were summarized in 8 like days, because there was just like time skips or whatever. And obviously you did a lot of stuff, and there was a lot of like lessons and stuff that you had to learn in the game, but it was still, you know, like it still was very
You could do it in a
accelerated.
sitting, maybe.
Yeah, you know, or like the Minecraft thing of like building a house in a single afternoon, or
For sure.
or what do you call it? The what's that game that Funhouse played like multiple times, where they fix a car?
My Summer Car.
Yeah, My Summer Car. So My Summer Car, a game that is lauded and very well known for how like ridiculously granular its car building is, still accelerates the process by an unbelievable amount by having parts delivered to you overnight.
Yeah.
Like just the idea of because like they have like a new version of My Summer Car, like a new update where you start from literally square zero. You have no parts whatsoever, and
Oh my God.
Yeah, and you have to like earn money to get the parts to then build the car. But even with that, it's like you can finish the entire car in like 6 weeks, 6 in-game weeks.
Mm-hmm.
That's friggin' insane.
Not possible.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, time scale is just another one that I think about quite frequently, where it's just like, yeah, video games just kind of make it seem like you can get things done in a reasonable time frame, but when in actuality it takes a very long time with not a lot of feedback along the way. Oh, speaking of
True.
feedback, that's another one that I thought of before, because you know, Grant and I'm assuming Saba can attest to this as well, but like a big part of game design is like proper feedback, so that way the player knows what they're doing is right or wrong or effective or ineffective. And just the fact that that almost doesn't exist in the real world. Period. You know what I mean? Just like the idea of like you could be spending years doing whatever and thinking that it's going fine, and then it's like, oh, I was actually doing the wrong thing the whole time. My bad.
Yeah, my Japanese teacher back in high school would always say, practice does not make perfect. He goes, because if you practice wrong, that is not perfect.
That is not perfect. You have taught yourself bad lessons, and we now have to spend twice as long unlearning those lessons. For
exactly.
That's actually pretty funny.
Well, yeah. I don't know. These are just things. These are things that, because like for the context of the like podcast idea, I was going to propose the basic prompt and then have everybody have like 2 or 3 things to talk about for the podcast, and then obviously we never ended up doing it, so I just put it in banter ideas instead. But ooh, please don't hurt me, sir.
Please, sir, do not.
Please, sir, I'm so lonely. Just don't shoot me with your weird fireball.
Another thing.
It looks more gooey than fire.
Goo fire.
Goo.
Another thing I'd say that is a common misconception, and both in video games and media in general, are hand grenades.
Well, I've never.
Because they're not a big explosion. They're like a crack because they shoot shrapnel.
Yeah, about to say. It's designed to perforate the shit out of you very quickly.
Yeah, it's not supposed to blow you up. I mean, unless you literally like eat it or something.
Right.
Or put your body on it. It's like they're like a crack, like a pop, and that's it. It's
Snap,
not a huge
crackle,
explosion.
There's
Exactly.
You just pour some milk on it, and then it'll just make.
Yeah, just pour some milk on it, and it'll be delicious.
There's another one that's very similar to that, which Call of Duty has been criticized for a long time for popularizing
Being a
this
bad video
misconception.
game.
It was shotguns.
Oh.
Like in real life, like take like a shotgun in Call of Duty, right? Where like if you're more than like 3 yards away, it becomes like an ineffective spray of like confetti, essentially.
Yeah.
I'm about to say shotguns in real life are extremely effective for a very decent distance, and even like rifles and assault rifles are way more effective than Call of Duty says that they are. But the problem is, and you actually see this in some of the older Battlefield games, if you want guns to be realistic in a video game setting, the maps have to be fucking huge. You can't.
Oh, I guess.
You can't just do that, because then it'll take like 7 minutes for a person to even see another human being on the horizon in that map, you know?
I guess recoil is also something that's a bit looked over in games as well.
Yeah,
if you're like, I can shoot a shotgun and then just, instantly
And you're
load.
like, ow, my shoulder.
Yeah. That's gonna have a giant bruise. Ow, ow, I can't feel my, my ears as well. They also never have any, protective stuff for your ears. My ears should be bleeding by now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess so, because I'm thinking about like the campaign for several Call of Duty games where they don't have any like ear protection or earphones or whatever. But like in multiplayer, I guess you're wearing helmets, which in theory, which do cover your ears, so in theory they have protection. That doesn't really count. What do you think's over here?
Like past the clouds?
No, just down to the right of where I am. By the way, I have like 0% idea like where I'm supposed to be or what I'm supposed to be doing. So at some point I might ask for assistance. But for right now, I'm just having fun talking.
We chilling out here.
I don't know. Obviously, it's the intention of the topic was a little heavier than what we're getting at right now, just because it was like I wanted to plumb to see whether or not people had similar things where it's like, oh, I just never really thought about this, and I was making like decisions for basically my entire life about that. Because like the first one I said of like, stores don't just buy whatever you say you're trying to sell.
Yeah.
For many years, I thought that's how it worked, and that's why I was an avid collector of like almost everything.
Because you're like,
wow.
I could just sell it later.
Yeah, well, because like that's how it works in a video game, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
please, I will pay you. They say there's a tiny circle of rocks in the lake at the source of the river. I don't know what will happen, but it might be fun to throw something into it. I was just there. Okay, I can go
Might
back
be fun.
there.
Might fuck around.
Ugh, God, my eyeballs. I said this to Grant earlier, but I'm like pretty sunburned at the moment, including my eyelids. So.
Oh yikes!
Yeah, so I'm not doing super hot. But it was really funny because out of a theme park with like thousands of people in it, I want to say I saw exactly one other person wearing a mask.
Yikes.
That includes my family.
It's funny because right now they say like, well, if you're fully vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask, right?
Right, but there's the two different variants that are very concerning to me that are becoming like more and more serious. The Delta and the Lambda variant, and I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not catch that.
Yeah, what I was gonna follow up saying is that it's frustrating, right? Because I was like sensible people and also like other Asian countries that just, you know, wear masks in general. Like if I'm like, well, I don't trust, like no offense, but I don't trust anyone else, like I'll continue to wear a mask. But if you recall, like people might have the perception that like, oh, well maybe they're not vaccinated now. Which just sucks.
Right,
I'm like, no, I just don't trust
wearing
you.
A mask.
Yeah.
Can I share something from yesterday's trip that irked me as well?
What?
It wasn't exact like I will admit that I was the one who brought it up, but I didn't appreciate being the butt of a joke where so I was the only one who was wearing a mask, right? And when asked, the first thing I said was, why not? And then I said, consider it a fashion statement. And then I said, it's so that way you can't tell whether or not I'm frowning. You know, just as like a joke. But out of my entire family, I was the only one who was wearing a mask. And when I said, like, you know, I like, why not? Like, why not be careful? I was reminded that I'm the only person in my family that got COVID besides my cousin Jess. And yeah, and it was the thing where it was like they use that as like a, well, see, no matter what you try, it could still happen. And I'm like, and it took every bone in my body to not go, nah, if Jess wasn't a fucking idiot, I wouldn't have got COVID. She didn't need like because I remember my mom was like, well, you didn't have to host that game night. And I was like, excuse you, Jess knew very well that she was sick and she didn't take it seriously. I had enough respect for her to assume that she was responsible, and I was wrong. And I'm going to remember that for literally ever.
It's almost such a stupid thing to say, because it's like, you know, you can take basically anything else to sort of be like, oh, right, because whatchamacallit, like, you know, there's a chance of you, when you walk across the street, you get hit by like a car, right? So it's like, well, there's rules in place to, like, you know, be safe, look around, don't like cross the street when the light isn't on, right? And then someone's like, well, yeah, but you don't know if you're gonna get hit by a car if you walk across that street because there's no one around.
So why
there could be a car that just flies onto the sidewalk and hits you.
Yeah, it's just like, are you stupid? Like, and
why do the cautionary stuff? It could just happen to you anyway. You don't know. It irked the shit out of me because I wanted to punch my sister in the stomach very hard, but I didn't, obviously, because that's not couth. But still,
I would just say, do you realize how stupid that statement is? Please.
Right, but the difference, Saba, is that literally everybody else was agreeing with her.
Do you realize how stupid all of you were being, right? Oh god.
It's very, I mean, and I know that you know this, but it's very difficult to convince a group of people that they're all being stupid when it just seems like you're the odd one out. So this is another one of the temples, by the way, and I have no idea how to get in here.
Epic.
There's like, okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know how to do anything. Cause like I can do this. And then it puts me like in the water. That's kind of neat, right? It's like pretty neato.
Pretty neato.
I like the OG music.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's this one.
Throw in a couple rupees.
Did someone just say don't do it?
Don't do it!
Don't
Don't do it!
Are these the precursor to Wobbuffet?
No.
Wobbuffet.
But yeah, anyway, back onto the original topic of like, you know, the video game, whatever nonsense.
Video games.
I'm trying to think if there was any other stuff where it was just like, yeah, this was just a preconception that I just had that I never really questioned until I thought about it more. I don't know. Because there's no, because like as I was saying, it's not like, you know, like because I know for a fact that if Adrian was here, he would just be like, "Wow, you're really dumb, Zach, for thinking that video games teach you anything." And that's not really what I'm saying. I'm not saying like, "Oh, the video games taught me how to do blah blah blah." It's more along the lines of like, I know that I wouldn't be able to just pick up a bow and hit a target with an arrow from like 100 yards. Like I know that I wouldn't be able to do that, but there's other stuff that I just never thought of before.
Sure.
Trying to think of other ones. Poor guy.
Man, I don't know. I know there are some, and it's bothering me. I know, like, I've had a lot of misconceptions.
I mean, we could always come back to this topic later.
True. But we're on a roll-ish.
Ish.
Ish.
Fish.
Hello, are you
let's,
back? Oh, he's not back. He's gone forever.
We can go to the next banter topic, which is super crazy difficult video game challenges.
Yeah, so
Explorers
this
of
was
Sky,
just something
Dark
that I was
Souls.
thinking of in general, just because there was a YouTuber that I like loosely follow, who was saying like, yeah, I'm gonna like do every single like crazy hard video game challenge, for followers and stuff.
But why?
Well, because, you know, that's the type of thing that, like, attracts people's eyeballs. And by the way,
Sure.
It wasn't even, like he would do, he said that he was going to do them consecutively. He still needed to, like, develop the like, actual list. But it was, like, he needed to do all of them without dying a single time, like, without losing a single time. And then he
Jesus
was also
Christ.
going to speed run it. So like he would do it he would do it at least twice. Where the first time he did it would be to set the time, and the second time he did it was to beat the first time. But
Okay.
it was interesting because there were just some challenges in there where it's like when you think about them, it's like, yeah, that's like really hard. So obviously like the number one was beating Sans in Genocide Run, right?
Sounds.
That one's like obvious. And then another one was beat. You know how in Hollow Knight they have like the boss rush thing that you can do at the very end?
Yeah.
There's a special version of that boss rush where you have a special version of each boss, including the Radiance, which is, I don't remember what it's called. It's called like the Devout Radiance or some nonsense. But you had to beat every single boss in the entire game in a row without dying, including Grim, who is considered to be the... Why the hell are there ghosts around? You see that? They weren't here
chilling.
before, were they?
Ooh, spooky.
Spooky.
How can I hit ghosts? This isn't a ghost blade. It's a ghost blade.
Ghost blade. Here they come.
Yeah, so there was that one.
Soul.
And then he also said that it was like singular challenges. Like he wouldn't do challenges that were entire games because some of the people suggested doing all of Dark Souls 1 with no damage.
Oh my
But like,
god.
what do you do? Don't you literally have to restart if you do get damaged?
No, exactly. And that was the thing. He was like, listen, that's not a singular challenge. Like, that's not like a save state that I can just load. That would be me playing an entire 23-hour long game, because that's the speed run for Dark Souls 1 damageless. That'd be like a 23-hour long for just that one game. And then I threw in, because this was like while he was streaming, I threw in the suggestion of the true ending of Spelunky 2, which I think I've talked about this before, but in Spelunky 2, they have like the main ending, secret ending, true ending, and then the actual true ending, which...
the enlightened ending.
Well, the enlightened ending.
The enlightened ending.
I guess we could call it the enlightened ending for the sake of simplicity, but the true ending leaves you off in a randomly generated looping level. It's like a square where if you go off the bottom, you come out the top. If you go out the left, you come out the right, Pac-Man style, right?
Nice.
But the like true or the enlightened ending, as Saba just said, is you have to do 99 floors of that without dying. Which 99 floors I think is more than 6 times the number of floors for the entire rest of the game.
Isn't that though just how you play the game too? Like if you die, you restart anyway.
Well, yes, but the difference is that you have to do like in that area there are like, how do I explain this? In that
Respawn
area,
points?
No, the opposite even. Like instant kill points. In that area,
But that forces you to restart then, right?
Yes, but that's still the point of what I'm saying, I guess, is that it's not just like getting to the true ending, it's doing this extra nonsense, which is crazy difficult. So if you'll let me explain, the way that works, like I just said, it's 99 randomly generated floors where you don't know what the next one's gonna look like. But the way that it works is that each door is guarded by like a celestial jellyfish type thing. And in order to get the jellyfish to move, you have to break all 3, or you have to break an egg, because there are 3 eggs in the environment. You have to pop one of its eggs, and when you do, it immediately starts chasing you. If it touches you, you instantly die, no matter what. And you have to break all 3 eggs in order to have the door stop pulsating with celestial energy. Because if you touch that celestial energy, you instantly die as well.
If you attack that chicken, will it start attacking you?
Yes.
No, just do it, Zach.
Yeah, I'm not Dan.
Isn't that in Smash? Or is that something else?
Dude, I wish that was an assist trophy in Smash. If it's not, that'd be an incredible
Well, not an assist. No, isn't there just chickens in Smash that you throw at each other?
I don't think so.
And then they'll start spawning? Yeah,
not an
they'll start
assist trophy,
spawning.
but they're an item.
They're a helper, whatever.
Why is it an item?
Well, isn't that what an assist trophy is? An assist trophy is like they'll help. Oh, you're right. I'm an idiot. Yeah, it's just a chicken item.
It's just an item.
Here, let me find a picture of it.
The cuckoos.
Cuckoo. That's weird. That's weird to me that it's not like a long-term assist. Like, imagine just an assist trophy that just hangs around for like 30 minutes.
That's just chilling.
This is a funny looking chicken.
No, not even that's just chilling. Like, it's a booby trap. Where where like after a certain number of hits, it'll do the cuckoo, like all the chickens attacking type thing. But but it's not an instant, right? So it's like, imagine it takes 10 hits, you hit it 9 times, and then trick an opponent into hitting it the 10th time, and now they're being attacked by cuckoos.
Ah, I see.
That'd be cool.
Cuckoos.
But it's just around.
These are funny looking chickens.
It is a funny looking chicken, it's true.
Funny looking chicken.
Let me see what this is count.
I don't want to do that. What were we talking about? What was the topic that we were just talking about? Because I know I just talked for a while about something.
I don't remember.
Oh, I was gonna say, for like the...
Oh, the really difficult video game challenges, yes. Right.
Yeah.
I was about to also add to that, like, because of like how the game itself is inherently, I was going to say that idea feels a lot less like burdensome versus something like the Dark Souls and, you know, beating it and having to restart.
Well, yeah,
because
of course.
at least in Dark Souls it has, you know, save points. But that's just how Spunky
no,
is.
but the difference between that is that would invalidate the challenge that the fans said. The fans said very specifically that he would need to beat the entire game with no
I know
damage.
that. It's just like or subconsciously or in your head, right? The game for Splunky, if you normally die, you have to restart anyway, right?
You start from floor 1, yeah.
Yeah, so it's easier, I think, in my mind, to reconcile with like continuously having to do that versus something like you said, like I said, has like a save state. So you're like, you know, if I wasn't doing this challenge, I could have just, you know, restarted from point, like whatever.
I suppose and so. That's not a bad point. But yeah, so that was the explanation. But the point of what I was trying to say, or the point of this banter topic, I guess, was that, is he all right? No, he's a tree.
He's a tree.
Sweet melody of the bird in the village square. I beg you, please. My son would
Oh
probably
my gosh,
want it.
this is just like, go to this location, go to that location.
But the
Gotta
Like
love
the
it.
video game.
it was just what, like, can you guys think of some other like really difficult video game challenges? I guess.
All right, Zach. I know this is like interesting, but did you know that in Nier Automata,
if you
complete the game,
you get 99.99%.
because there's just enough enemies in the world, you get access.
The bird woke
It's
up.
a bird?
It's alive. Can you believe that?
He's alive.
Oh, he's gone now.
Follow him, Zach.
What the fuck did that do?
Follow him.
To
East.
where? Saba, I can't just go east.
Just go east.
Go
Zach.
east.
Go east.
Go east.
I don't know. My
'Cause
extent of challenges that I know is when I watched Man vs. Food. So all my challenges I know have nothing to do with video games.
Oh my god, that was an interesting show.
Man vs. Food was pretty interesting. I am glad that he eventually stopped doing it though. Like, did you see
Health reasons?
Yeah,
yes.
did you see how much weight he dropped just by stopping that show?
Probably a lot.
He dropped like 40 pounds just by stop doing the show. Like, it took a year. Like, he had no other lifestyle changes other than not doing Man vs. Food anymore. And he dropped like 40
Jesus.
pounds. And I'm like, oh my god. It feels so bad. All right, well, I just wasted my time with all that because my magic portal is way down there. But I guess I'm gonna go back to the tower and try from there.
What did that bird do? Are you sure you shouldn't just walk east?
I don't fucking know, Saba. I never
The
played this
bird.
game. I don't know what the hell's
bird.
happening. I'm kind of going nuts because I wish the game would give me a little bit more instruction than not at all.
The bird.
The game's telling me like, all right, you gotta go defeat all the palaces, and I'm like, cool. How do I get to these last 3 palaces? And the game's like, I don't know.
Figure it out.
Maybe you
in your
just
head.
gotta do them in order. Maybe there's no choice
Hey
but to
Saba,
go back
the
to
one that I
first
was
place.
just doing was 4.
I know. Have you beat that yet?
I'm gonna actually ban you from the server forever. I need you to know this.
You mean?
Oh, you, Zach's upset with me because I'm saying inane shit again. It's not my fault. He should just accept it.
Dude, calm down. This is exactly why you can't beat puzzle. You get so angry and smash stuff.
I am going to kill you with
Hasn't
my
been the
mind.
first time you said that.
I am going to.
Will not be
on
the
record.
last.
Show this to the police.
On record. Oh my
Okay,
god.
Grant, let's do it, okay?
What do you mean,
I'm
let's do
fearing
it?
for
You're
my
gonna
life
be
now.
fucking dead.
No? There's a whole
No.
country in between us, Zach.
No,
Good luck.
you-
Are you sure? Check your back window.
Oh my god. Zach's out there with like his entire setup and desk.
Okay, wait for me to just get my shotgun, okay?
Anyway.
We'll duke it
And
out.
as we've discussed, it has a better range.
True.
Oh, I'm just hungry right now.
Next banner topic.
You didn't even, no, you guys gave me literally nothing for this one. Is that really it?
I said Near Automata.
That's not. That's literally the same thing. Like you have to. That's not a challenge from Nier Automata. That is the exact same thing as when the fans were like, do all of Dark Souls 1 with no damage.
Like this isn't my thing. But didn't you, Zach, at one point tell me like there was a game? Was it Bug Fables that like basically requires you to this like dungeon to fight like all the bosses subsequently? Or something?
I guess boss rushes are really good for this challenge in general, huh? Just because boss rushes are pretty difficult. I mean,
Odyssey has a boss rush.
In Odyssey does have a boss rush. In reference to what you were saying, Saba, you're gonna have to be more specific, because obviously what you just said is very non-explicit. But there's a lot of games that have stuff like that, you know? Where it's just like,
well,
hey,
like I think you said you can go into like the boss rush, but then like you don't have any breaks, like you can't buy any items, and then you have to like I remember this is you playing the game and me trying to recall a conversation that you had with me
correct
about the game
understand.
that you played. So
correct, I understand. So once again, it's still too vague for me to understand.
It's still too vague. Okay.
Hello, Lawrence. Because there's a lot of games like that, you know. Like even the Hollow Knight one that I just talked about is exactly that, where you have to do the special version, where it's the special versions of the boss. You have to beat every single boss in the game with no breaks in between. So that's sort of like that. Bug Fables has something kind of like that as well, where in Bug Fables. By the way, hello, Lawrence. I know that Grant already said that, but hello.
Hello.
Bug Fables kind of has something like that, where there's like a late game dungeon that just has like a bunch of bosses in it as like random encounters, and then for beating a certain number of the random encounters, you get to like proceed to the next area, which is like neat. Yeah, I don't know. I guess this topic wasn't as good as I thought it was. I thought that this would be a like an interesting thing of like, oh yeah, I didn't realize that this game had a challenge, but
I'm sure they exist, but like I said, a lot of them are just the challenges I think in my head are like food challenges. Like I'm not thinking video games. I have a hard time.
Video game challenge.
Ooh.
Unless Lawrence has games he knows that have like really hard extra challenges in them.
You mean like rules set by the game itself, or just like rules that the player makes up?
No,
like I guess that the game. I guess
in-game?
that the game. That's not the player. I guess. Or I guess so for the topic that we're speaking of specifically, it has to be like a challenge that is beatable within a reasonable amount of time. Because the basic over-under of this topic was that there was this streamer / YouTuber that I was watching who said that he wanted to do... He was going to get like a bunch of like video game challenges and then beat them all consecutively with no breaks in between. Like if he died during one of them, he had to restart the entire thing again, which was very, that sounds very interesting. And what were the ones that he already said that he was gonna do? He was gonna do
Undertale.
Yeah, he's gonna do Sans, Genocide Run.
All right.
And then he was
Dark
gonna do. Sorry.
Dark Souls.
No.
Or well, that was a proposed
That was
one.
about to say wrong. He's very specifically not doing the Dark Souls. The fans in the chat said that he should do like a Dark Souls 1 with no damage, and he said no because like although that challenge would be interesting, that's not really like a feasible challenge. That would be like 23 hours where he would just have to restart constantly, and that's not really like the point of his like marathon thing that he wants to do.
Then what was the point of the marathon if the challenge is too hard?
No, because it's not that it's too hard. It's that it takes a ridiculously long time. Like there are other challenges that you can do that you don't need to spend 23 hours on. Like even doing the boss. Oh yeah, sorry, that's the one that he said he was gonna do. Was the boss the special boss rush for Hollow Knight? Even the special boss rush in Hollow Knight, doing the whole thing top to bottom is like 3 hours. Like, and that's a
What about
long time. But that's
Sephiroth
not
in Kingdom
23.
Hearts?
That's not almost a literal day. Like real world day spent on just this one thing.
I don't know. That sounds very limiting in terms of choices for what games he should and should not play.
I
Because
propose
it has to be
again,
short. It has to
Sephiroth.
be a challenge within the game, not like a player limited challenge.
Well, I don't know. Well, so sorry. I don't know if it necessarily needs to be a challenge that's in the game. It just needs to be. That's like the whole reason why I explained this bit, because I don't know if it necessarily needs to be a challenge that's completable within the game. It just needs to be a challenge that doesn't take fucking like 15 plus hours to beat. You know?
I mean, fair.
He's a streamer, not a lunatic.
They're usually one and the same.
Hmm?
Anonymous.
Who said that? Okay. Well, there's literally nothing to do here. Also, isn't there like a turtle rock thing that I had to do? Because I remember Zelda sent me a message like literal hours ago in game time saying like, we're trapped in Turtle Rock. And I'm like, cool. I'll get there one day, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know where the fuck anything is in this game.
What about
Check
from
rock
Paper
where a
Mario
turtle is.
Pit of 100 Trials?
Ooh. That's a good one. What's at the,
Doesn't
what's
Nier
at the bottom
actually
of that
have like
again?
a challenge thing?
Which pit are we talking about? 1,000-Year Door?
Yeah.
Or 1,000-Year Door, it's Bone Tail.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes. Bone Tail.
And then for Super Paper Mario, it's like... Shit, what is it?
It's like Cursed Fractale or whatever, right?
I don't know.
Well, because Super Paper
I know
Mario
there's
has...
technically
Super
two
Paper
of
Mario has
them.
2 of them, yeah. Because you have the
Yeah.
pit that goes 100 floors down, and then the Sammer guy tower, which goes 100 floors up.
Oh, well, you also have one on flip side and you have the one on flop side.
Oh my god, you're right. It's
It has 3.
They have 3.
Oh
That's
my.
ridiculous. That would
And
be
I know for the
that
one on
would be a
flop
challenge.
side, you get to use 3D mode with no like timer.
Ooh,
I believe that's what you get.
Oh my.
that's like
Isn't
that's
it
like a
also
neat
like a-
like game breaking thing.
Isn't it also like
Yeah.
a 100-floor dungeon in Pokemon?
Oh my god, yeah, the one that I told you about, the fuck,
Yeah, the
what was it
Arceus
called?
Tower
It was
or
like
whatever.
well,
Tower of
the
Destiny?
tower that just has a statue of Arceus at the top because it's like wow.
Clock super cool.
Wow.
Wow. Oh god.
Wow.
There's no way you could add that to the challenge though, because that one's like too random. It's like almost not even skill.
RNG baby.
RNG baby. Listen,
Let's go.
if RNG doesn't bless you, then you shouldn't be. Then you don't deserve it.
Ooh. Oh wait, do you think I can throw a bomb over this thing in the middle?
What about the Champions Quest or whatever from Breath of the Wild?
Which one's that?
This is a DLC.
Is it long?
It's not like, super long.
I just straight up don't know what this is, so.
Like Champions Ballad or something or whatever it's called. I forget the name, but it just adds more challenges and stuff to do, content-wise for Breath of the Wild.
Is it like multiple things, or is it like one thing?
What do you mean?
Like is it content spread out over the course of the entire game, or is it like, oh, here's like
No,
5
it's
challenges?
stuff to do after the game. It's stuff to do after the game.
Is it like 5 things, 1 per champion?
I don't know how many, probably,
Okay,
but they're supposed to be hard or something. I don't know.
I believe that.
I wouldn't
just-
say they're like on par with Sans Undertale, but
With Sans Undertale.
Just make him play Okami. That's a challenge.
That takes so long.
The entire game.
The entire game.
Ace Attorney run, but you can't get mad at Phoenix.
You can't get mad at fucking Edgeworth.
You can't get mad at anything. Not even the logic of the game.
Exactly, you just have to go with it.
Yeah. If we so much as see a vein pop from your forehead, do it
You're
again.
done.
Restart all of them, and you have to do that one last.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
remember
God.
NL did and it was baffling to me because NL has recently been NL is Northern Lion for posterity. He's been getting like way more into like doing things for metrics and views and stuff like that. Not exactly selling out, but he's definitely doing different types of content than what he, has done in the past. But the one thing that he refuses to go back and do is a roguelite marathon that he did. It was, I'm trying to remember, it was The Binding of Isaac, Dead Cells,
Of course.
Nuclear Throne, Spelunky 1, and Slay the Spire, I think? And the idea was that he put them in order, 1 to 5, and he had to beat each one of them without losing. If he lost, he had to go back to the beginning. And that was just a really fun event. But the guy was a fucking idiot because he refused.
Oh no.
He put them in order of how easy they were to beat. So
Instead of, like, hard to
so
beat.
the easiest
no,
stuff was
that's
at
not a good
the
way to
beginning, and the
go.
hardest stuff was
No.
at the end. And when people were like, "You do realize that that's just gonna make this challenge impossible, right?" He was like, "Nah, that just means I have to get good. I'll thrive under pressure." Surprise,
I have
surprise,
to
he
get
didn't.
the forehead.
Just
oh my
get
god.
good.
Just
I
get good.
I like that
honestly.
sort of thing though. I think that sort of content is right up my alley in terms of like what I like watching.
Yeah,
Did you
seeing,
fight
seeing
the
a
big
man
moth?
going nuts.
I did fight the big moth, yeah.
He did. We were there. I remember.
We
Nice.
beat the big moth.
I remember because it got to a point where you had to save as
I
soon
had
as
to
you
do
entered
I had
the
to do a
boss room.
save state as I was dropping into the room because it took
Yeah.
so long to get back there. And that was the dungeon with all the fucking wall masters in it, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that's the one.
Oh god, frick that.
So fun.
Hey, what about beating Splunky as that challenge game
Flunky
thing?
1 or 2.
I'm gonna say 1 just because I'm not too familiar with Splunky 2.
So I actually already spoke about this briefly.
You have, okay.
Yeah, I did. But now that you mention it, I think Spelunky 1, like getting the true ending where you go to hell and beat Yama, I think that would be pretty reasonable. Because in theory, that run only takes an hour.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If you know
Technically,
what you're
it takes
doing,
an
it's an
hour.
hour. Yeah.
If you're good, forehead.
If you're good and if the RG gods bless you.
Yeah, because that's just what, like, because that's just
True.
what I, because the one that I suggested in the guy's chat was getting the true, or what did Saba call it, the enlightened ending for man, I just want to die. Can I just, like, is there a way to just easily kill myself? What if I go back to where I was and just get crushed by a bunch of boulders?
If
I just
you
want to respawn at my house.
All right.
But yeah, so think of the true ending, because I remember, Lawrence, you obviously, when we were living together and we played Spelunky like super hard for a while.
Oh yeah.
I told you what like the secret ending was, right? Like all the steps you
Yeah.
have to do.
It was a crazy amount of steps.
It was a crazy amount of steps, right? So in Spelunky 2, the steps for the true ending literally twice as long.
Wait, Zach, you have a fairy.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Fuck this game. What if I just quit?
Good night, stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
No, like what if I just reload the ROM? Because doesn't this thing quick save? Because we've done literally nothing so far, right? Except for the thing with the shovel.
Just
which
go
takes-
back to your previous. Yeah, just go back to your previous thing.
No. Because what I think I'm gonna do, I think I'm just going to load this again.
I've got a I've got a walkthrough open if you want.
I might in a second. Let's
Through
see if this
Gargoyle's
works.
Domain.
What the fuck is Gargoyle's Domain?
That's the 4th dungeon. Or the 4th crystal dungeon, whatever.
Okay.
It's called Gargoyle's Domain.
Let's see if my evil scheme worked.
The Legend of Zelda.
The Legend of
Zelda
Zordo.
legend.
The Legend of Zordon.
Legend of
Ranger.
Zorro would be a fun game.
Ta-da!
So I think I should still have everything.
Denied. You have nothing. Not even a sword.
Yeah, look, I have all 3 of my.
Not even
I didn't. Okay, so I don't have the shovel. I'll have to do that at some point. But I already did all the shovel stuff. So that means that the stuff with the bird didn't happen, which is fine.
You have to get the ocarina back again.
Yeah, so I have to get the shovel and then the ocarina and then activate the bird. But once again, that doesn't take that long. I won't even.
Do you want to do that, or do you want to do the dungeon?
I'll do the dungeon. I do need to get back into the dark world though. So how do I do that? Trying to think of, like, the nearest place that has. Also, I've never been here.
Which pixel?
Good point. Give me a second. Hold on to that thought, Grant. I want to explore that area because I haven't actually seen it yet.
Hold on to that thought.
Hold on to that thought. She twerking all over the club.
Ooh.
Yes, was that funny?
My God.
You got a chuckle out of me. You got a good chuckle.
I can be funny when I want to. Maybe.
We like to be funny here.
we
do a little bit of trolling
be
here.
Funny here. That's such a pathetic statement. It's not even we have
Welcome
fun
to
around.
Obo Stream. We like to be funny here.
Not even that we are fun. We like to have fun.
We like to have fun. We're still waiting.
I'm still waiting to have fun. Where is it?
Yeah.
But when it happens, we like it.
When
We're looking for fun.
We've been
We
looking
haven't
for a
found it.
while, but we'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Oh
In
my
this
God,
over a year-long journey. Holy shit, Link got some hops.
What? You like the? Woo.
Woo.
He did it sideways a second ago, but I can't get him to do it again. So I was clearly here. There's just holes in the wall and shit.
I was clear.
What is this?
And you just disappear.
Ice cave?
Oh,
Ice cream?
can't get in.
Ice?
Ice.
It looks like ice,
Ice.
and it has harps. Harps equal ice.
Oh, I do
Ice.
recall
Ice.
watching this just little Instagram, like probably a TikTok about this this girl. She's like, well, she's Japanese herself, and she does like an imitation of like a Japanese teacher, and she's like, hey, I teach, like, what do you call like coffee? And like Japanese, and she's like, oh yeah, the coffee this or whatever, right? But it's almost like the word except like a little extra. And then she's like, what's strawberry? And then she says Ichigo, and she's like, why the hell is strawberry Ichigo, but instead of like strawberry or whatever?
Because that's a whole thing of, it's a whole alphabet of katakana, which is all borrowed words, which is why words like ice cream are ice cream. I'm not joking. Or hamburger is hamburger.
It's like
That's so funny.
It's like that Game Grumps
enjoyed
bit
that
where
thoroughly.
Aaron was going ballistic because he was like, what was it exactly? It was
Oh,
he
was it
was
the
trying
milk
to
tea?
order he was trying to order milk tea, so he said the Japanese words for milk and tea, and the person was like, huh, what? And he points out like the menu, and she
Milk
goes,
tea.
milk tea. And he was like, what?
Yeah. It's katakana is all for borrowed
That's interesting
words
that
from
it's
different
Foreign
languages.
That's really
words.
interesting.
So I
actually.
technically have to write my name with katakana, because if I don't, I'll just be a mackerel.
Yeah, so if you write your name and you're not Japanese, essentially you write it in katakana.
Man, the one thing I don't think I will ever end up fully being able to understand is
Why
the
your name means
like-
mackerel.
No, I understand why that it happens, but I mean, I know I would have to like
What?
participate this in a little bit, but just the hierarchy of politeness when it comes to the words.
The hierarchy.
Like
of
it's formal / informal, that kind of jazz.
Yes.
Which sounds annoying to no end.
Can you properly communicate if you only speak informally?
People would punch you, I think. Some
I
people.
don't think I have
They
the
would.
I don't think
They
I
would
have
be
the
very
capacity
angry.
to speak formally.
You don't think you have the capacity to speak for
You
me?
now need to call Grant to Mr. Grant, okay?
Mr. Grant. Mr. Grant.
Mr. Grant.
Hello, Mr. Grant.
Hello.
Hello. Hello,
Mr.
Lawrence.
Grant. Hello, Mister.
Hello,
Oh,
sir.
you know what? I could probably stun him, right? Or just kill him. That works too.
Just straight
Or
up
just
kill him.
kill him.
Nice.
Kill him.
So yeah, that's why.
Hi, it's another one of you guys. No,
So that's why.
stop!
Oh, great! It's useless.
all
Stop giving me money. No.
This is what happens when Zach doesn't spend his rupee.
I'll spend it
Suffering
on
from
what?
success.
Feed it
You
to
could
the
have
animals. I
bought
don't
Red
know.
Potion.
I need to save the bottles for when I find fairies, because fairies are so much better than red potions.
How many fairies are you finding in the everyday?
I just
in the
found
every
2.
day. Yes, you have 3 bottles.
Right? Where's the potion, Grant? Is it here?
You were literally in there when the earlier there was the hidden shop
Was that before
we
died?
rebooted. That was before you rebooted.
So it does. What? Shut up. I don't need this from you. I'm trying my
Anyways.
best. Where am I even going?
I believe it. I don't know.
Zach, are you trying to find a portal to the dark world?
I,
Is that
okay,
one
yeah,
thing?
you're right. Dark World. How the fuck do I get to the dark?
Also, bottom right. You're like,
Mirror.
I haven't been here before.
No, I was just there.
Oh, okay.
That's where I just came from. I can't mirror, Grant. That's not how the mirror works.
Use the mirror to look at yourself.
Look, I'm gonna
And be
use the
like,
mirror
"Dang,
so you can shut the fuck
I'm
up about the
handsome."
mirror.
I don't
Here.
think you're pressing the button, honestly. I think he's just gaslighting me,
Man, if only
guys.
there was some sort of sound effect that played whenever I hit the button.
He could
know
just
what?
be
Just
pressing
turn
on
another
your
button,
webcam
guys. You
and it'll
know, it
see.
doesn't have to be the correct button.
Yeah, I think he's
Face
just pressing
reveal. Face reveal. Or keyboard
Face
reveal.
reveal.
Keyboard reveal. I can do that. I can make a tiny keyboard and mouse at the very bottom of the screen, so that way people can see exactly what I'm typing. Like that would be really funny to put like little hidden messages. So like Grant is like explaining something in the game, and I'm clearly like out of it, like not paying attention, and you look at the
You're just pressing Z.
No, you look at the keyboard and it's just me slowly typing out, "Please kill me." Oh right, Dark World. Okay. Well, while I
Dark
figure out how the
World.
fuck to get to the Dark World, let's continue chit chatting.
The negative.
I like to
world.
think about how, like, like if you play Breath of the Wild on stream, you're talking about how you're having so much fun, but then on the keyboard I keep saying SOS, SOS.
SOS help.
Yeah, I was saying, because if we're playing Breath of the Wild, that'd be on the Switch, so like there would be no need for me to use the keyboard. So you just see that over and over, and it's like, oh.
Uh-oh.
I got a question. Let's see. If you guys, because I know this may be like
We are
a Zach
guys.
thing too.
As
Wow.
far as I know. As far as
I
I
don't
know.
know. I
I'm about
haven't.
to
It's
say,
been a long
excuse
time.
you.
Um,
I consider myself to be a disappointment.
Rest in peace.
Okay. Let's put the scenario like, okay, so imagine you guys wanted to be like streamers, or I guess in this case
I
I'll just say
wouldn't know
streamers.
what that's
No, you
like.
wouldn't know.
Feels like, let's just say that was the end goal. Zach is already on his way. But if
We're all on
like
our way.
what type would you guys be in terms of would you guys have like a face cam? Would you do, because I know
no,
Zach
no.
is
not
like,
at all.
I'm about to say,
Because,
we
like, I don't
talked about
trust
this
her.
a few times, Saba, yeah.
I know between
Well, I don't think we talked about it directly. We just talked about, hey, VTuber or no VTuber.
YouTuber, because there's also like webcam or like just voice. And I don't know.
I mean, that's what
I
we're
don't think I
doing
would
now.
ever do my face though. That's too much.
Frankly, I don't feel comfortable with my voice being on the internet.
Oh, really, Grant? It's
Hold
not
up.
like it's
Hold
something
up.
you're.
Yeah, that's why I really like these very intimate streams that we have where Zach streams. Yeah, these where Zach streams to us and us alone, and it's very nice.
Yeah.
Hey Grant, you
No
remember when
one's
that?
watching at all.
Hey
being
Grant, you remember when
archived.
that actually was what this was?
That was still fun. It was
No,
just,
it wa-
I mean,
no, it was a
hasn't
ton of
changed
fun.
much. We're still hanging out.
You're still chilling out, Max and relaxing, all cool.
Oh yeah, Lawrence, you still owe us something, by the way. Like apparently
Money.
you owe Zach $5. You owe
Hold on.
Grant
Me, your life.
your life. Yeah, and you
Yes.
still owe me Korean barbecue.
Wait a second. How did I owe so much things to so many people?
Well, you
This
owe me
is what
five,
happens
you owed
when
me
you,
$5 for my consultation about the Nintendo Switch.
Consultation.
Yeah, I
The
told-
one that
I
I'm not even
told-
gonna get
Yeah.
until the Switch 2.0 comes out.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you fall asleep in the same room with someone who's got a thumbprint like tracking device. Your thumbprint scanner.
No, thumbprint tracker.
I have your ID. You can
I'm
You're
see.
tracking your thumbprint.
tracking my thumb constantly, 24/7.
The one of my favorite reoccurring jokes of when Legal Eagle shows up on other channels is the very. It's funny because I know that the guy is like nicer than this, but you know, lawyers, haha, are shitty people. But whenever somebody like calls him, he like picks up on like this big stupid rotary phone, and he'll like answer their question for a minute or whatever.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
You made it.
Congratulations.
I don't know.
How did I
Power
get
of
here?
friendship.
All right, well, I'm in. Let me finish this story real quick, and then Greg, you
He's
can tell me
in.
what to do.
You want to save?
Oh, good point. Yeah,
Don't load.
I almost did
I
actually.
saw that mouse.
Someone has to monitor Zach at all times.
Yeah, sorry, but like when other YouTubers like call Legal Eagle for like advice on their videos, he'll answer their question very neatly and succinctly, and they'll be like, "Okay, thank you very much," and he's like, "Yep, no problem. I'll send you the invoice in the mail." And it's just really quiet. The person hangs up, and he just goes, "Da-da," and he just hangs up the rotary phone.
I love legal.
You realize this is legitimate legal advice. You do
It
owe me
is
money
is
now.
the thing. Like
You owe me
he is like totally in his rights to to ask for money. I don't think he ever actually does because you know humans are nicer than that. But still, it's really funny. Legal
Fun
Eagle is a cool
times.
guy. I wish I could watch his
He's a cool
videos
guy.
more, but
He
it does
is.
make me upset. Legal Eagle might
Yeah,
actually be
he
one of
basically
he might be one of the
busted,
actually you know what Saba, he's basically
What?
the law, like the American law version of that psychiatrist that you recommended us, the YouTube
Oh,
guy.
Dr. K.
Yeah, Dr. K, because he explains the law, how things like are, you know, how some things have issues,
He also
right?
debunks entire game systems that we know, that are definitely true. Ace Attorney is definitely a real law system.
I mean, he did that for the anime, but yes. But then the thing is that like he'll talk about this stuff, and then he like doesn't like I remember the last video I watched. He was talking about how like Donald Trump, it could totally get away with like everything that he did during his presidency because there is no precedent for like blatant criminal acts as president without getting impeached. And then the video just ended, and I was like, great, now I just
Oh,
feel
no.
like shit. Graham, where am I supposed to go?
Wherever you were.
Well, his job, if he wanted to become a
But the
law
problem
student,
with 4 wasn't that I couldn't beat it. Well, the problem with 4 wasn't that I didn't know how to beat it. It's that I was taking fucking 3 hits of damage every time I got hit by somebody.
do the
Well,
challenge, Zach. Beat it.
Get good,
Do the
as
challenge.
a wise man once told me.
That guy was very wise. just hitting all the buttons.
Every button.
Every
This
single
game,
button.
this
No
game,
button
this
is
game
safe.
is really good, but It's kind of like, you know what this kind of reminds me of, Grant? Because I know that it came out before this. Remember when we played the Link's Awakening remake, and we had to constantly refer to that guide because so many of the steps were fucking ridiculously esoteric.
Yeah, you mean
Remember
just how
when the
video games were?
Yeah,
guides?
like that's just how video games
That was a good
were
time.
for the longest time.
Well,
Like,
because they had to pad out like the
Remember that,
playtime, right? And that was
Yeah.
also why they made
Remembering.
shit super difficult.
well, so that way you had to buy like walkthroughs and stuff. And it's like
Yeah,
I miss
and-
those
or
days.
consult the
I still got a Pokemon Diamond
official
Pearl.
strategy
book.
guide.
the pay line
Saba,
where you could
no,
call
hold up.
in.
Saba, why do you feel the need to do that?
What?
Well, sometimes I immediately start talking, but then someone talks over me, so I'm like,
Were you
sometimes I don't
talking?
want to. I was,
It
but
was.
I
Yeah.
apologize
Sorry.
then. I thought.
yeah, I can get mad too, Zach. And I know you were a bit miffed at me. That's why you asked. So I could say I was a bit miffed too.
Myth.
But you apologize, so I don't really care.
Miffin.
Mm. As a silence
So what's
falls
the deal
across
with
the
Miffins?
I was pretty. I don't know, man.
It's like
Pretty
mitts and muffins. Would combine them, Miffins.
Lawrence.
Is this your stand-up routine, Lawrence?
What's the deal with Miffins? Utter
They're not
silence.
mitts. They're not muffins.
They don't even exist. And then Lawrence fades away.
Oh boy.
That'd be a great stand-up routine.
Could you imagine that? It's like the ending of Birdman where he shoots himself in the nose. Imagine Lawrence goes up for his first stand-up routine and he's like, "Hey guys, watch this," and then just never existed.
Oh,
Let me be clear.
Let me be clear.
Would you
die.
guys ever do stand-up comedy?
no.
No.
I don't
Absolutely
have
not.
Courage for that.
I feel like there's a lot of improv. Well, there is a lot of improv involved with it, and it's a hit or miss usually.
Not necessarily. I mean, there is improv, but I mean, you practice, right?
No one has
Yeah.
ever told me a joke that's made me laugh, so I don't like improv.
Yeah,
No one's
Zach's never laughed
told
before.
you a joke.
I have
True.
never ever laughed. It's true.
No. The corners of his lips has never curled before,
Oh my god.
unless they frown.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna like sour my own joke because Saba I don't think is gonna play ball inherently. But I was waiting for Saba to say something and then I was gonna laugh hysterically. just anything
You're
Saba
laughing
was
right
gonna
now.
say.
You're laughing right now. You've lied.
I did lie. It's true.
I
You've
want my money
perjured
back.
yourself.
I want my
You
money
were
back.
advertised as the comedian who never laughs.
What am I, Jeff Dunham?
Oh,
Yes.
All right.
true. Saba, quick, execute him.
No. Please.
Execute.
We're not
what
on
was
ship.
that,
I
Zach?
can't do that.
Damn it.
Hey,
Dang
Grant,
it.
what am I
Hey,
supposed
Zach, want to
do
go
with
to
this?
the other
Just real
Discord
quick.
server? just real quick, man.
Yeah.
I have some Amontillado wine in my in my basement. Do you want some?
My basement?
In my cellar.
In
Hey,
my
Grant,
cellar,
am I
you want
supposed to do
some?
something with this?
Oh, I. Hold on.
Did you fucking close the walkthrough?
No, it's here.
How you doing, Saba?
I'm
Oh, it just took me
tired.
out of the dungeon! What do you mean the magic mirror is an escape rope?
Started like
The
doing work
first-
today, Lawrence, because I had to catch up. You guys can just
Oh,
talk
yeah?
over me. It's no, you guys like seriously, Grant. If you're telling him something, you can just talk over me.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the dungeon entrance, make your way to the northeast corner of the room, staying on the higher ledge. Jump off the ledge and head north the screen. Immediately turn right and continue to the next screen.
Can you skip ahead to the part where I already got the big key and opened up the door?
Okay, Chase, get the big key. Wait right back. Make your way to open the lock door using the big key. Okay. Dash to the top of the room and lift the skull to the right to find a small key. Grab the key and
I
use
think
it
has
on
a
the
heart
locked door.
now. I think I already did that.
Do you have a key? No, it says you don't have keys.
There should be, well, because I already did this. Skip ahead to the part where I hit a switch or something, and then a light appeared.
Lift the pots for some goodies. Continue past blah blah blah. Magic powder, fairy. Continue on the left. Dash to the top. Lift the skull. Get a small key. No, okay. Have you gotten both skull keys, but not skull keys? Or skeleton keys?
I did this.
Okay, wait, continue down the screen. Hold on. Lift the skull.
As he thinks about it and reads. But yeah, Lauren, so I was trying to do work and then I laid down and I felt lightheaded and I was like, this is a bummer. So I tried to sleep for a while. And I think I'm okay now.
Drop a bomb here.
Were you lightheaded from the work or lightheaded from laying down?
I'm not sure. No, I wasn't lightheaded from like lying down, but when I went to go lie down, like my head was just like, I was like, this is not good. I don't want to move.
What?
I already blew up this is the floor below the room I think you're thinking about.
Oh, you already did that. Okay, never mind.
I think I'm okay now though.
I think Saba just got lightheaded from huffing too much helium.
Head back left 3 screens and go down the
Wouldn't my voice be like higher then?
Continue down the screen, making sure the blue blocks are lower.
Saba, you said you were lightheaded, and I said that you were lightheaded because you were huffing helium.
Wouldn't my voice be higher pitched then?
All right, we're done with this. I'm gonna drop that joke. I'm gonna abandon it.
It says continue eastward.
Abandon
3
ship,
screens. Till you reach a screen with some lighting. Drop bomb. Oh wait, okay. This will break open a hole, allowing to head back left 3 screens and go down the stairs. So left 3 screens.
I already did all that. Yep.
Continue down a screen, making sure the blue blocks are lowered, heading right through the door.
Okay, I can go do that. I do believe you are now on the same step that I am.
It sounds like Grant is telling you cheat codes. Right, down, left, right, left, right.
Down, left.
Fucking
up, down, left, right.
Oh,
you have a
fairies! Thank Christ. Fairy!
No,
I thought the fairies fully healed you.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
maybe that fairy just had a specific grudge on you. It's like, huh?
I could heal him, but he gets more fairies.
Also, fuck him.
Yeah, captured me in a bottle, kept me in his pocket for several days. Fuck this hero of time, dude.
How would you feel if a fairy came out and just healed you 1 heart?
Oh god, I'd be so upset. Not because I demand anything from the fairy, but more because it's like, come on, man. I could use a little bit more.
What about in real life when a fairy comes around and heals you 1 heart?
So you want to head right?
Yeah. I am gonna try. Oh, I straight up don't even have any red potions.
Fairy!
Fairy!
Oh, you get another one?
Yeah, I know, but it's so hard because you can't like quick swap between stuff. You have to like go here, and now I have to wait for it to like come all the way back. I also have to actually catch it with this shit. Oh my god.
There we go.
Great. Fantastic.
That healed you. That's fine.
Love it.
To the right.
No! Why'd the little ooze follow me?
Oh,
all right.
No.
To the right.
Yeah.
1 hop this time.
All right, now we're here.
Here you go.
Oh, I remember this. We did get here, and then I died like immediately by falling into the pit.
Continue right a screen and then head down the staircase at the top of the part of the room.
Okay.
Head down the staircase.
You want me to go down this staircase, I hear?
Go down the staircase.
Are you sure you want me to go down the staircase? Because I did just open this door.
Maybe. I think that opens it to the other corridor, remember? At the very end. That you just walk down
right, actually. Alright, we're here now.
Alright, here we are. Lift the large block and head down a screen.
Lift the large blocks?
It says lift the large block.
I can, I don't have the Titan's mitt.
The middle one?
Oh my god! Never in a million years would I have assumed I could have lifted that.
But
Alright,
why?
so am I going down?
It says head down.
Okay.
Continue right a screen and walk through the small locked door.
This
Until
one?
you reach a woman.
I don't have a... What?
A woman.
I did have a key, apparently.
You had a key.
Are the locks just not real? Are they fake?
The real locks are in your mind.
Hi.
What? This is Ace
lawyer
Attorney
here.
again. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yes.
There's just a lady here.
She will then follow you around, asking you to take her outside. Be sure to open the nearby treasure chest to get a small key.
Ooh.
With the woman following you, you head left 2 screens.
I like how these gargoyles wear like capes.
Open the locked door on the left and head through.
Capes
What's up
are
here,
cool.
Zach.
I want to explore. Now you're not letting me explore.
Use the hammer, smack the moles, open
Oh!
the treasure chest, and you get the Titan's mitt.
That does not look like a glove.
You got the Infinity Gauntlet.
Look how
Looks like
fucked up
you're
his
about to
hand is.
obliterate half of the universe.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true.
Quickly walk through the door before the floor crumbles below you.
I did it.
Cool.
Nice.
Continue right a screen and backtrack up a screen and back to the higher floor.
It's over here though.
Oh my god.
So
Oh,
strong.
I'm stuck.
Oh,
Your hubris.
No, but look.
your
this-
arrogance.
Your arrogance. But look, I can just do this. See?
There we go. You deserve that.
What do you mean? What did I do? See, look, we're back here.
Right, let's flash back 10 seconds.
Let's flashback.
All right.
Backtrack up
Now
the
if I
screen and back to
defeat-
the higher
now if I
floor.
defeat everybody.
Lift the skull at the top right of the room and step on the floor switch to open a nearby door.
Yeah. Ow.
Walk through the door and then head up a screen to reach the room. Walk the woman into the light. And she's the boss.
Excuse you?
Oh my
What the
goodness.
I have no. Wait, what do I do against her?
Hold up, it was your request to go outside.
You wanted this.
That's why she was trapped.
You might
That's
want
why
to.
she was behind 3
I
locks.
might want to what, Grant?
Yep.
Like, hold on,
You
this
might
whole
wanna
operation
get
was
good.
your idea.
Yeah,
Are you gonna have
I
to
don't
go
even,
through
like,
this
it
all
doesn't
over
even drop,
again?
It doesn't even drop anything for like. I thought it would like drop like a big rock that I would have to throw with the thing, the Titan's mitt.
Nah.
All right, well, I think that just means we have to just get there, right? Because we unlocked the
Yeah.
boss.
Should be.
Maybe.
I don't think we have to like go grab her again.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Go grab it. It's like, oh no, hero of time,
It's like,
help me. Like,
mm,
we know. Why are
I
you
know
hiding?
who you are. No, you don't. I know exactly who you are.
I'll give you a little
the dungeon
kiss.
boss.
Deal.
Deal. Her name is Blind.
Blind the Bandit?
Yes, the dungeon boss is Blind.
Oh my god.
This whole time I thought it was human.
I thought it was like a dude, right? Because we
Yeah.
know
Formerly
that Blind
human.
is the Bandit King.
Formerly human, but now a demon.
Oh. All right, cool.
Oh.
Now that we actually made like progress, we can resume banter.
It says Blind's head is its only vulnerability.
Okay.
Here's a tip. Shoot bad
says
guy
if you-
in head.
Here's
Yes.
a tip. Get
If
good.
you have the cane of Birna or the magic cape, this battle is the time to use it. I don't
do
think we
not.
have that.
Well,
What the hell? No!
Oh no. I don't think he's gonna last long.
Come
This is
here!
nah,
hard.
Die!
gamer.
Gamer. Gamer.
Easy.
Easy game. Let's go. She's like, wait, what?
How did you do that? Are you the hero of time? So this thing.
Yes.
So how the fuck are you supposed to like manage that? It's just constantly shooting shit now.
Lasers.
Dude, come on, just shoot him. There's just so many projectiles that all deal 2 hearts of damage.
Oh my.
Oh, it's okay. All
I
right.
think we're gonna be here a while.
Yeah, it's a rough game.
Yeah.
It's not easy like
Outside-
Link to the Past was.
This is Link to the Past.
Sorry. Link's Awakening. Man, this game isn't as easy as this game.
It says outside the Cane of Virna, the Master Sword is the only other practical weapon that can harm Blind. It can be tough to get close to Blind when he's at the top of the screen, but since the head is closer, he is much easier to attack when he is at the bottom of the screen. Link will need to defeat 3 heads before the battle can be completed.
That was close.
Oh boy.
I got the 2. I just need to like, not take as much damage. See, look, I took no damage there. Never mind.
Ah.
That would snipe me in the head. Come on,
Absolutely.
stop! Just let me
Stop
go.
it! No!
No, dude, it's
All right,
so
just one more.
hard.
Just one more.
There's one more.
One more head you have to defeat. 1, 2, 2. One more time. Oh! You were so close. See, you're getting closer.
Back
Me?
to the top.
I am learnings. That was weird. Look at that!
Frame perfect. Let's go.
Phase
go.
1,
Perfect
no
run.
damage.
Easy.
Shit. I can't possibly dodge both of these things. That's 2.
Okay.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
Plenty of hearts. How are the cards?
Are the cards?
Is there a Cuphead challenge?
Friendship.
Wonder.
Got him.
Oh, you just brute forced that one.
I had the hearts. Lawrence said something along the lines of, "You got a lot of hearts," and I was like, "Do I? Oh, he's right. Let's just go."
What'd you say, Saba?
I was wondering if, because I imagine, because Cuphead is also kind of the same way as like this. I was thinking about the challenge thing we were talking about.
Oh, that's a
I was
really
like,
good
what if Cuphead
idea.
has a
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cuphead
Just
for
like-
sure.
Just like beat Cuphead. Because in theory, Cuphead
Just
is like.
beat it.
Well, because in theory, Cuphead's like 40 minutes long.
Well, if you play it perfectly,
That's if you're good.
yes.
Well, that's what I mean, that's with anything, right? Like, if you were good at it, technically it takes like no time at all.
Maybe.
So for the challenge, that's like not bad because, unlike beating Dark Souls with 0 damage, like imagine if it was imagine for the Dark Souls thing, imagine if instead of it being beat all of Dark Souls 1 with no damage, imagine it be like, I don't know, beat all bosses with no damage. Then you could
Beat
just load up
Ornstein
different save
Scroll.
states for each boss, and that game's only like 3 hours instead of 23.
Yeah.
We did it.
Now what?
Yay.
Oh, we have a Titans
We
mid.
did it.
Yeah.
We did do it. Thank you. Because, man, I definitely was having a lot of difficulty in that dungeon.
You are welcome.
I now have the ability to save this frog.
Frogger.
I used to live in Kakariko Town. I wonder what my
thought
partner
you
is
said
doing without
Canada.
me. I have a request to you. Please take me to my partner. How? Can I just use my mirror?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
We're very supportive here.
We like to be supportive.
He's in a wall.
Oh,
No.
hello,
All right,
Arian.
so where
Everyone's laughing about
is...
something.
Oh, there's Adrian. Hello.
Whoa.
Adrian.
Hello.
What did I miss? Yes, I walked into you guys chuckling.
Zach went back to the regular world, and this dude following him was stuck in a wall.
Oh.
He came like inside a house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And before
we got a
that,
sword upgrade,
Zach be
dude.
the boss.
Look, they're fixing a baguette up for you.
Oh, delicious.
I mean, that's real cool, guys. I'm real glad that you're like here and happy, but can you like do something for my sword?
Leave and then come back in.
I thought they
maybe.
just said they were fixing up your sword.
Did they? Are you done?
Oh, they're working.
Yeah, temper my sword. There
Temper
we go.
my sword.
Sword tempered for 10 rupees. That's it.
Temper my baguette.
Were you expecting more?
No, I was expecting it to be like 500, like the flippers.
Oh.
That's gonna, cause like my sword right now deals like 2 damage. I think this is gonna make it deal 3.
Come back after a
I just
while,
straight
kid.
up don't have my sword.
Just punch
Yeah.
him. Punch him. Link, get him. Punch him.
Punch your way to the
I
final
do
boss.
have,
Use the power golem for something, finally.
I do
punch
have
him.
this magic hammer. Oh, and I could jump down here.
Get him. Punch him.
Get his ass. Unfortunately, I have to get going though. Goodbye,
Oh, yeah,
everyone.
What the hell is this?
Goodbye, Grant.
Pull it.
Bye, Grant.
Bye.
Either pull it or can you, like, drink
Pull it.
from it, I suppose?
Twist it. Bop it.
Light it on fire.
Burn it.
Ice it. Make it
Grab
into a
it.
cocktail.
Yeah, cock it. Make it a cocktail. Cock it. That's the verb for cocktail, right? Cock it?
In my region, we say tail it.
Oh.
All right, well, whatever that thing is, it's neat, but I don't know how to do anything with it.
What did you bop
Can
it?
I ask, does anyone here play Monster Hunter?
I do.
Cool.
He does.
I just
Punch
got
the shit out of this chicken.
I just got
No.
I just got Monster Hunter the other day.
Monster Hunter, which one?
World, because it was cheap.
Yeah, it was on sale.
On Steam.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
What weapon is like good? Because there's a bunch of weapons.
Have you played before?
No.
Tell me, like, cause you've seen Monster Hunter like gameplay before, right?
Yeah, I know you're supposed to swing a big weapon sometimes and hit
Well,
things.
so like if I like you need to tell me a little bit as to like what style of gameplay you want to do, because like if I were to recommend you like my favorite weapon, I would just say hammer, because hammer is all about, you know, beating the Christ out of a monster's head and breaking their parts into like smithereens. But that might not be your style, you know. If you want to be like an anime protagonist, dual blades is good. If you want to, you know, be boring, you could be sword and shield.
I was gonna say, I'm using the charge axe so far because it's just like bigger sword and shield. It feels like
More or less, yeah. I will say charge. So like, because the thing is that because there's 6. No, there's not 16. There's like 13 weapons, I think.
somewhere around there, yeah.
There's like 13 weapons, and I want to say like 5 of them are like simple while still being good. I don't know. Are you planning on playing online with anybody, or is it just you?
I don't want to play online with anyone.
Okay. In that case, I would say try, because you know how that first area is just like that jungle. There's gonna be a point, and I don't know if you're already there, but there's gonna be a point in the game where you get to Anjanath, which is like a fire-breathing T-Rex. When you get to Anjanath, that mission, once you beat it for the first time, it doesn't exactly become easier, but becomes a really good like stress test for seeing whether or not you like weapons.
I was gonna say, yeah. And also, how long is it supposed to be before I stop feeling like I'm mashing buttons? Because it feels like for sure I'm mashing buttons right now.
I mean, that's entirely up to you. There are a lot of tutorials that you can find online that tell you the actual like combinations and stuff. And just by starting to actually do the proper combos, you will see monsters melt before you. Oh, it's like red.
Orange.
Ooh, that's cool.
Does it
that
say
fire
3 on
sword.
your item menu on the sword thing now?
Let's see. Sorry, it does.
Does.
Nice.
Now you can kill things even stronger. But yeah.
So yeah, so there's that, and it's just I mean, because the thing is that for the most part, for a while in Monster Hunter, you can get by just mashing buttons because the monsters aren't exactly that hard. You will eventually get to about the halfway point of like the story where you actually have to start paying attention to what you're doing, just because you won't have enough resources to just button mash your way through the missions anymore. Like you straight up won't have enough time because you know how there's like a 50-minute time limit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Right,
Is that
right.
just for gameplay purposes?
Yeah, so right now that probably feels like a ridiculously long amount of time. I'm here to tell you that if you keep just button mashing without like actually learning your weapons combos or like monster patterns and stuff, you will run out of time on missions.
Ooh.
I was gonna say,
Because keep in mind that also keeps in mind or that also keeps track of when you die, like when you cart and you have to get back to the mission.
right.
Same thing. Scoozy. But yeah,
Scoozy.
that'd be like I says, if you're having fun with the charge axe, just stick with the charge axe. You know, if you get to the point where you're like, I don't really get this, just move on to something else. If you
So far,
Oh,
I've
sorry.
tried Sword and Shield, Great Sword, and Charge Axe. Sword and Shield seems fine, but a little weak, and then Great Sword seems fine, but a little slow, and then Charge Axe seems like a mix of both. That's I like.
So, like I said before, if you ever get around to, 'cause I mean, I know you just bought the game, so it's your prerogative whether or not you want to do this, but if you get around to it, I highly recommend the YouTube channel Eric's, if you haven't already seen them. They have, it's like or you could just go to YouTube and look up Monster Hunter World Weapon Workshop. They have a really good in-depth guide for each of the weapons. I think each video is I think it's like 30 minutes long, but it's like 15 minutes of like tutorial, 15 minutes of examples of like what situations to use what combos and stuff. I highly recommend that. Just check that out, because when you say like the sword and shield seems a little weak, that's entirely because you're not doing the combo. There's a bread and butter combo that basically turns the sword and shield into a chainsaw.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, where it's like as long as you are pointing in the direction of the monster, you are dealing consistent damage over a long period of time. And then the great sword, like what you said, you tried the great sword a little bit. Did you figure out that you could charge it?
Kind of. I know you can like hold a button sometimes for a stronger attack, but that's about it.
Yeah. Wait. When you got the game, did you get it with the Iceborne expansion or just the?
I did. I did get the Iceborne thing.
So in Iceborne, the great sword got changed a little bit, but the whole thing with the great sword is that it's a really difficult weapon to play solo. Excuse me. It's a really difficult weapon to play solo because it requires a lot of setup. But the basic over-under is that for the greatsword, you can get up to 3 levels of charge, which I think double the weapon's damage each time you go up. So it goes from ×2 to ×4 to ×8 damage. And then if you hit the very tip of the sword, like Super Smash Bros. Style, on like a weak point of the monster, you will just deal like 4,000 damage in a single hit, and the monster will just die.
Oh.
Yeah. There's a lot of nuance to that game that gets lost if you're not really. And the thing is, the game tells you none of this.
I was gonna say,
Dang.
the game put me in it, and I was like, man, this feels like clumsy. Like I feel like I'm stuck in a combo,
yes, 1000%.
and I'm pointing the wrong direction. It feels really clumsy compared to like the only other like action RPG I've really played is Kingdom Hearts, where Sora is like a nimble dervish on the battlefield, and you can just kind of point whatever mash buttons and you're good because it's not a hard game.
Right.
And this is like, man, I gotta plan attacks and stop my combos really slowly to point in the right direction when monster move 5 feet away.
Like there's gonna be like the whole reason why I said once you get to Anjanath, you'll be able to like properly gauge whether or not you like a weapon is because the Anjanath fight is the first like fight in the game that requires you to not just attack the entire time. Because like the very first monster you fight is Great Jagras, right? There's the big guy that gets all fat when he eats something.
Yeah.
Just like humans.
Just like humans. his whole deal is that you can just attack like the entire time. Like sure, he'll hit you once in a while, but you can just keep attacking him and like you won't die. Like that's how easy he is. Anjanath will straight up take the hits that you're hitting him with and just be like fuck you, and then pummel you into a wall and kill you instantly. So,
Oof.
yeah, it's a good game though. I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that you're checking it out.
Definitely. Like I said, I'm very much not used to playing such a clumsy character.
If you want something that's a little bit more nimble, just to try and like bridge that gap a little bit, once again, I highly recommend Dual Blades or Insect Glaive. But Insect Glaive is very like airborne combat. It's still very fluid movement. It's basically, you're basically just pole vaulting over the monster over and over and over again. But it's still nimble movement. Like you don't feel like you're driving a semi truck anymore.
Were you like super into the Insect Glaive when you first played, Zach?
Oh god, I loved the Insect Glaive because the whole thing was prior to Monster Hunter Rise, which is the newest Monster Hunter game to come out. Mounting was like a special status that very few weapons had. Like the idea was that you dealt mounting damage to an enemy by dealing damage while you were in the air. And so obviously, as the Insect Glaive, you just vault over them, smack them a few times, mount them, and now you're like forcing them into walls and you're helping out your team, and it's like, hell yeah, this is great. But then I played Hammer literally once and I was like, oh my god, I can kill monsters.
Yeah, I can hunt monsters in Monster Hunter.
I can do this without requiring like, because this was back when Miles and I would be playing together. I was having such difficulty like every time because like spoilers, but the main boss of the game is or of the story is Nergigante. It's the one with all the spikes that you see on the main menu.
I don't care. I don't play this game for the plot. I just want to play something fun.
Well, I mean, it's fine. But the over-under that was fun with that was that the first time I beat Nergigante, I did it with Insect Glaive, and it took me 49 minutes. I literally had 60 seconds before the game would just kick me out, and that wasn't fun. And then the second time I beat him, I went back with like a basic hammer, like not even like fully upgraded or like made of good materials. It was just like a basic ass iron hammer, and I beat him in 20 minutes.
Nice.
Because it's so much better solo. So, but yeah, I really feel like I'm supposed to do something here. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm supposed to do something.
Something magical.
Cause like I don't know how to get in there. I want to get in there, but I don't know how. I want to get over in the top right, but I don't know how. I don't know. Oh well.
I guess I think the clumsy thing is maybe attributing to the fact that like whether or not you hit in Monster Hunter feels very much more a thing of like, oh, it's no longer a roll. It's up to you to be competent enough to predict where the enemy's going to move now. Which I'm not competent, so yeah, that sucks.
Well, I mean, that's why you learn, right? But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting hearing these because it's not like I'm a Monster Hunter veteran or whatever, but I did play a shit ton of Worlds, so it's just interesting hearing these observations from somebody who's like checking it out for the first time, because it's like, you're not wrong.
The only other RPG I've played is Kingdom Hearts. Which I don't know if you actually played Kingdom Hearts or gotten a feel for the game. I know you know the ridiculous plot to an extent.
I mean, I've seen gameplay of it, so I'm vaguely familiar, but I have not played it myself. No.
It's a lot more fluid. I've heard it compared to Devil May Cry, another game I haven't played before.
I did play Devil May Cry, so I guess I can understand that one. Oh, I died.
Well, I can't because I haven't played it before. I watched gameplay of it.
If I heard Zach play Kingdom Hearts, I'd be very surprised. That's like Adrian, it's like you saying that you watched JoJo.
I did, because I walked in on you guys watching it.
That's not the same. Watching an episode or 5 of JoJo is not the same.
I will say this. I haven't sat down and like watched an episode, but I've definitely heard in my head just the echoes of you guys watching it, and then what's his face being like, "Oh no!" And I was like, "That's pretty funny." I'll look up and clip it down on YouTube, and I've done that before.
Oh no!
Oh no!
I love Joseph. It's sad.
He's so
it's
good.
sad that he didn't die.
I haven't watched an episode, but I've definitely been like, I wonder what this character's name was. And I've looked at like clips or like I've sometimes read wikis when I'm bored, so I know a little bit more than just from catching it. I have some more tangential knowledge. That said, I'm definitely not gonna commit to watching an entire episode or season of it or whatever. Probably.
I mean, that's fine. I was very happy to hear, because like my dad's been looking for stuff just to like kill time. Fuck!
Hey, like 3 hearts of damage to you. My God.
Woo! Oh my god! Hey, would someone mind looking up how to get into any of these temples so I'm not just like wandering around? Like I'll keep wandering around for the sake of like filling the stream with content, but oh my god, I am kind of going insane. Just a little bit.
I'll see if I can Google search it properly.
How do I open this?
Do you have what the hell is a magic bottle and the cane of Birna? Magic bottles are items found. Oh, how many bottles do you have?
3.
Oh, okay. And then cane of Birna, a cave in the dark world
Weird.
south of the Tower of Birna. I'm guessing you don't have a blue cane in your inventory.
Blue cane?
Doesn't look like
And
it.
an ice rod.
You're supposed to get a blue cane. The only thing
Cane from an old man?
I don't know.
Just
Okay,
beat
hang
it
on.
off an old man?
I'm guessing you also don't have the magic cape.
I do not.
Okay. What kind of glove do you have? Is it the Titan's mitt or is it the one
We
before
did
that?
just get the Titan's mitt, yeah.
We just got the Titan's mitt. Okay. Well, you should get a magic cape, which is found under the grave in the upper right-hand corner of the graveyard near the sanctuary in the light world.
In the light world.
Yeah, there's a cape you can get.
What
And
light?
its use is to become invisible and invisible to all enemies and damaging objects. Magic cape will drain your magic meter rapidly while in use. It's optional, but useful to get through some more difficult regions later in the game. I guess, do you feel like that'd be useful to you? It recommends getting it.
Sure. Why not? I'm
does say-
working my way over there at the moment.
Making his way
I'm looking at how
downtown.
to get the blue tunic, because it seems like you would really like to take less damage.
Yes!
And this is-
I think
this is
that
one
would
of-
be very convenient.
This is one of the things it recommends to before you get the blue tunic.
All right. We'll get the magic cape or whatever.
Yeah.
Hey Saba, are you
Alright.
still with us? How you doing?
I'm chilling, just reading something.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not Max.
Gotta use
Not so
the
cool.
Titan's glove in the upper right
oh,
grave.
I just got the
apparently.
yes.
You did just get the Titan's glove.
I got the thing, but how do I move it?
I don't know.
Oh.
Do-
Do I-
Maybe
do,
push
do I
down.
give it a push? Can't push
Is it a
it.
pull?
Not
Can you
pushing
equip the
downward.
glove?
Hang on,
No, it's just like a default thing. See, it's down there.
Oh, okay.
Secret section: how to get the thing early in
If
the
you
game.
snap your fingers, you think you can... He's still all red-faced.
Found under the grave in the upper right-hand corner of the graveyard in the Sanctuary of Light.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. Can you move any of the
Below
other
the
graves?
grave? Yeah, the below it, maybe?
He's at upper
Middle small?
right, and this was the place that's like locked off by like I wouldn't be able to get in here if I didn't have the Titan's mitt.
Oh.
So it feels like this is definitely special, but I just don't know how to move the. Just don't know how to move it. What if I like charge into it? Yeah.
Oh,
Look at that.
fancy.
Very
Impact.
nice.
Clever, clever, clever.
Puzzles.
Da-da-da-da. Ooh. I got a
Da-da-da-da.
Dorito. Oh, it's a magic cape.
So it will
Alright.
rapidly drain magic, but make you invincible while it's draining.
That sounds
So-
really useful for like the boss fight that I just did that I didn't finish. All right.
So, okay, then you need to get, or it recommends you get the Cane of Birna, which is in a cave in the Dark World south of Tower of Hera, if you know where that is.
Tower of Hera, the one that's like here, but Dark World.
Maybe. It says instructions. Go to Death Mountain in the Light World. You know where that is?
Yes, this is Death Mountain that I'm looking at right
Okay.
now. So I need to go to Death Mountain. Okay.
Apparently. It says, enter the warp that first brought you to the Dark World, then go south, jumping off a cliff there. You will land in front of a cave. If you have traveled through this cave, you will reach a chest containing the cane.
Okay. I'll go back there. I think I kind of already did this, but I evidently didn't actually get like a cane, which is fine.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It says caution, make sure you have magic cape and plenty of magic or a few bottles with red or blue potion. Use. The Cane of Birna has a nearly identical use to the magic cape with the added feature of destroying enemies near you. The magic cape uses less magic than the Cane of Birna and serves the invisible purpose well enough. The Cane of Birna is an optional item. I guess, again, this is recommended but not, it's optional,
Not
I suppose.
necessary. That's fine. I'll still get it. Making progress on stream is nice. So I will keep doing this.
Not dying a lot on stream is nice.
Not dying and getting so stressed that I yell at Saba is nice.
And then smacking your computer and then that's resetting the entire
And then
thing.
resetting the stream, meaning that I have to do it all again. Yeah.
Have you seen that clip of Jerma where he's like sitting in the stream just chilling, and then he's like, did I just unplug my computer with toe? If I unplug, I'm gonna be so mad, and then it cuts off and his stream's over.
No.
He's like, I think I pulled the power cable on my computer by toe. If I did, I'm gonna be so mad, and then it cuts off.
That's really funny. Lawrence, you like tried to clip the part where we were doing the spark plug game, and I lost to the boss.
Oh yeah.
You tried to clip that, but because of the way that my stream is set up, it didn't actually keep the 7-second buffer or whatever. It just deleted it instantly. So it's so the clip is just you and me talking, and then it just ends.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure in the last frame, like you just died, but then that's
just about to die. Yeah.
I was hoping it would like when the stream ended, impromptu like that. I was hoping we would hear like a cut screen. It's like
I'll say like if I could figure out how to get the stream to do that better, we could probably get to the top 1,000 perfectly cut screams of the day.
Yeah.
On Reddit. We could probably do that.
No such perfect
Get some
cut
Reddit
screens.
gold from kind strangers.
Exactly.
Yeah, get some internet points.
Get some internet points. If you want to hear some more perfectly cut screens, come to our channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have one for
All right.
split second.
All right. It says go south, jump off a cliff, you'll land in front of a cave.
Yes.
Okay. If you have to travel through this cave, you'll reach a chest
What
containing
the
the cane.
fuck?
This is probably why you should have the cane.
Oh.
Wait, how is it not required if it's all
Well, because
spikes?
you
If
could
you had-
theoretically do it with a bunch of potions.
With a bunch
and
of
Bunch of
stuff.
healing, I guess. But that's like
Well,
brute forcing it.
Here we go. Dash! Get the. Ugh.
Ooh,
Oh! You got it!
nice.
Cool, I got a cane.
Oh.
If you swing it once, a ring of light will protect you. Neat.
Neat.
Let's see, I guess.
Oh, and it just gives
Actually-
you a bunch of health.
Well, it doesn't give you magic to test the thing out with, though, is the problem.
That feels really silly.
Can you
I'm at
Pegasus
full
dash
health.
through here?
Oh, wait. You, I think, let me try this. Oh, fuck you.
Can you? I guess you just either need to die or try to dash through here, I suppose.
Nope, it just stops dashes.
Oh my god, that sucks.
Oof.
Don't worry, I'm
Well-
a speedy boy. I got it.
I was gonna
I
say,
can
you
make it
got
out
the
of here.
item.
I won't die.
You know,
I'll never die.
Speedy boy
I can't
McGee.
die.
Oh my god.
I was so
And he
wrong.
died.
so close. If only I had the blue tunic. Alright.
Womp, womp.
Okay.
All right, we're in the dark world. Wait, why am I in the dark
Alright.
world?
Because that's where the ice palace is.
Oh, right. We went through the thing. All right, so
Okay.
where?
Ice Palace is in the middle of Dark World's Lake Hylia equivalent.
That's the bottom. That's the bottom right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
maybe.
Lake Hylia down here. But I was already there, and I didn't know how to get in.
Oh, let's see. To get there, on an island, the same island as a pond. On that island, lift the lone stone there to find a world. Oh wait, hang on. You have to go to the light world's Lake Hylia first, I think.
Oh, you know what? Now that I have the Titan's Mitt, you're right.
Yeah, there's a rock.
There's an island on that was like a dark rock that I couldn't lift.
Yeah, and that's where you're supposed to go, apparently.
Okay. All right.
I see where you're going, game.
Okay.
I see where
I will
you're
endeavor to do that.
going.
Hey, Adrian.
Yes. Yes.
That was the sentence.
Okay.
I know I mentioned this before, but I've been thinking about it more and more. And this isn't me propositioning you, but can we do like a little thing here on stream where you help me design a D&D character so I can play as a mimic? I want to play as a mimic so bad.
Okay. What's the design part that you need help with?
How?
Well, the first thing is you need to have a cooperative dungeon master who's willing to let you play this concept.
All right, assume that this is already a thing.
Okay. Then there's a couple of ways to go about it. I mean, how conventional do you want to play this? Do you want to play like other characters? Or do you want to be completely unique and wild?
Okay, so I can go into here now. I don't necessarily want to be completely unique and wild because I feel like that'd be really unfair. But because I don't necessarily want to how the fuck am I supposed to handle this guy?
Hammer him, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, maybe
Hammer
also.
time?
I must say, Saba took the words out of my mouth. Probably fire.
Ooh, that makes sense. You're out of magic. We'll try the hammer, I suppose.
Yeah, see if we smash him. Nope.
Bonk.
He's immune to everything.
Pull
Dang.
these tongues. Maybe that'll help.
No. I died. Sick.
No.
Although when he ran out, he did leave a hole in the wall, so I wonder if I could just go through the hole in the wall.
In any case,
Oh, the magic flames will protect you inside this icy dungeon. Cool.
which you
that's
sure don't
neat.
have enough magic for.
I don't, and I can't go in there.
Oh god, how much damage did you just deal to you there? Was that 2 hearts?
It was 2 hearts per, yeah.
Christ. Alright. Well, basically, there's already a changeling race in D&D, and then you would probably just ask your DM, hey, instead of being by default a humanoid and looking like other humanoids, can I just be an object and look like other objects of medium size? And then if your DM's nice, they'll say yes.
Okay. I hate this game.
Oh no.
How am I supposed to get magic?
So that would just be a thing you could do, and then you could have like your class on top of that, and like be like a rogue, I guess, if you want to sneak attack people that don't think you're a creature.
Okay.
Or you could like be a barbarian and just be a very angry table.
Now, an angry table does sound very fun. Like, cause I don't know, I just want it like, cause I guess, cause I was thinking about this the other day, cause I remember there was that from the one D&D session that you did for us was there was that little thing at the beginning where we were all supposed to like introduce ourselves or whatever, and I just thought how funny would it be, at least to me it was really funny, of everybody's like introducing their characters. There's like a warrior, a monk, or whatever, right? And then there's like one more party slot left, and it's like, oh, who is it? and from the table you hear, ah, it's me, and they look, and it's just like a mug, and they're like, huh? And then I like waddle around a little bit, and I'm like, it is I.
I will say
will be
that
on your team.
I will say that probably I would think that a reasonable thing would be to limit yourself to like one size of object, so probably either tiny, small, or medium, I would guess.
Tiny, small, or medium. Okay.
Like you can't just suddenly turn into a
medium is
car,
person
like,
size,
drive
tiny,
around.
or sorry, medium is human
car.
size,
Oh,
small
you
is
got
half that,
magic
and then
from
tiny
these
is half
guys.
that. Oh, it's a magic cup.
Nice.
Magic from Wobbuffets?
It's the Gatorade.
Magic from Wobbuffets. Well, because I was thinking about it, so like I agree with you in the sense that it feels like under most circumstances it should just be, I would be like of a reasonable size, like maybe the largest size would be like a chest, or something. Like not like a giant chest, but like a chest.
Yeah,
that's
sounds
like classic
reasonable.
Mimic, right?
Medium
but I think
size.
it'd be really cool if there was like once in a while there was the opportunity of like, all right, we're gonna like I'm gonna eat like a bunch of food and I'm going to become large enough in order to facilitate impersonating like a dungeon door. So that way you can trick the merchant into thinking that he left the house when
I was gonna say if you play as a wizard or whatever, you can cast enlarge reduce in yourself, and then you could probably change the mimic size that way.
Just like a sorcerer changeling who could just do that.
Yeah.
Why? It's just like one goblin talking to another goblin. Hey, why is that one chair like 4 times the size of the other chair? I don't know. That's kind of weird, huh? Oh well.
Yeah. Let's sit on it.
Hey Frank, were you always in 4 pieces?
Let's sit in it. I'm sure nothing poor will happen from
Let's
this.
sit in it. Yeah.
Look at these weird ass green duck people.
I don't think I've ever seen this. They look like bad Zora.
They look like fucking Perry the Platypi.
And Psyduck is just real
so
fake.
much damage.
Psyduck, a green Psyduck that
You got
also has the
greedy. You
powers
were safe there
of
in
the
your little
Mario,
safe zone of
the Penguin
sword.
Mario
You're right.
suit.
Playing Mario.
That was a power up that he had for a while. Penguin Mario was a real thing. I think it was in, I want to say,
That was
New
in
Super Mario
New
Brothers
Super-
Wii U.
Well, at first it was on New Super Mario Brothers for the DS.
Real?
I got
Oh
that.
yeah, it was.
It was
I got
fun.
it. I forgot because that has both the penguin suit, which is blue, and also the blue shell, which
And
is
also
blue.
the blue shell, which was basically just a better penguin suit.
Basically, yes.
Which is
Well, it
very
didn't
funny.
really let you swim better, but yeah.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
In most cases, the penguin suit was, or sorry, the blue shell was
For
better.
the most part, you just wanted to slide across the ground, which the blue shell did
Really
better.
fast, yeah.
I remember the multiplayer that they had in that, like the free one that you could just invite people who didn't even own the game to play. The multiplayer was awesome because you could do the maps would like loop, so you could just have your you could just be the blue shell and then just loop infinitely around just collecting the stars. And I always played with my played with like my cousins who weren't good enough at video games to stop me. So I would just be like, lol, just going around collecting the stars, bopping them in the head to get their stars. Oh god, what a great game. But yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I don't know if I'll ever actually do it. Like, if I ever find like a group of people that I would enjoy, like not this group, but like a group of people that I would enjoy doing D&D with, that'd be willing to put up with some silliness from me, I would like to just be a mimic.
Okay.
I think that'd be fun.
It's definitely a thing that your DM would have to worry about and be like, all right, I gotta mimic proof this encounter so that they can't do some bullshit and figure out how I'm gonna change this so it's less abusable or whatever. Because that's a thing that DMs have to do is kind of player proof things so they can't just like extremely anticlimactically easily beat things. Like D&D should have some narrative challenges, ideally.
I'm about to say, how would a mimic do that?
Well, that's the thing is that first you need to figure out where, like I think if you're preparing a game, you need to figure out as a DM where your players' like weak points are, where their strong points are, and where they can break things if you're not careful, and then plan around those ideally.
I would say that under most circumstances, in my mind, a mimic is pretty fragile. You just have to figure out where the mimic is first. You know?
I mean, in that case, that would depend on... Because in this case, your mimic is not your entire gameplay. It's a part of your gameplay. It'd be just your race and not your class.
I guess that's true. So how would I actually do stuff then?
You just choose a class to play as along with being a mimic, I suppose.
Magic
Unless your DM
mimic.
was very mean and did not let you get any class period and you were just a mimic. Like, not a mimic fighter.
That's kind of
or
what I'm
wizard.
thinking of. Is like I kind of just want... I kind of want to... Do you know... fuck, what was the name of that game? It was like space, but they had like weird alien mimics in it. Fuck, what was the name of that game?
Star Trek?
No, well, no. It was a game.
Ray?
Prey?
Ray?
I think it's Prey. I think you're right. I think it's Prey.
Yeah, that's the mimic one in
Yeah,
space.
that's the one with the mimic. I wanna be that. You know what I mean?
Use a bomb.
Like, I will use a bomb. I want to be one of those creatures because it's just like an amorphous like blob of like sinewy black whatever, just nonsense. That you can, that'll like.
Damn, that sucked.
Oh boy.
Thank you, Fairy.
Oh man, you couldn't. I'm surprised that Link can't huck it over that little wall there.
Oh yeah, he just can't do that. Oh,
I guess you have to
you know what? Just
put it there and go around. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought you were gonna do in the first place.
No, I didn't think about it.
Oh.
It was a
well.
wall. I thought I could just throw it over the wall.
In any case, here you are.
But yeah, I don't know. I just want to be like a decent sized mimic thing with a. What the fuck?
He's holding
confused.
a leak. Look out! He's gonna do leak
He's
spin
gonna
on
come
you.
back up like dry bones. Get out of here.
It's the Sans Undertale fight again.
Is this the entire fight? This isn't a very hard fight.
Hold on.
Maybe.
What?
Oh, he's spinning.
Oh, he was deflecting me like a ninja.
And then he died again. This guy fucking do anything?
I don't want
What's with this guy?
keep doing this.
Oh, you got him. Oh, maybe that's why they gave you a bomb on the pot. Oh no, it's more of them.
Yeah, deflect the bomb, bitch. Oh, he deflected the bomb. Like, what about now?
Is there something
you
to do
bomb
with
him
that
now?
little lever up there?
Yeah, maybe bomb him when
No,
he's
now
down.
he's just confused.
Can you like pull that switch up there or
Ah,
something?
you have to
Yeah.
defeat him
yes.
while he. Okay. Oh.
Oh,
I was in the middle of combat. I didn't have time to read.
well, he gave you plenty of time, honestly. If you actually looked at what his combat style was of getting hit and then hiding for 30 seconds.
Ow.
Oh god, is this room switching directions or is it always this way?
I think it's always this way.
Okay, that's a little better, but
Oh, never mind.
no,
It's switching.
It is moving.
Ugh, that's bad. Wait, you need a key. Where's the key?
Back here somewhere? I just opened up a thing.
I
was
wonder,
gonna
would
say,
it be
that
allowed
door's-
to,
Oh, there it
to just play as a unicorn in D&D?
Can we have a D&D group where everybody, where the whole party is just a bunch of fantasy creatures?
Well, I will say that they introduced a sidekick system recently where, like, you can add it onto an NPC or, like, custom race to give them, like, softcore versions of existing classes. So instead of, like, specifically being, like, you know, fighter, barbarian, paladin, all being kind of like sword user or whatever, there's the general warrior sidekick type, which is, like, all of them, but, like, vaguely weaker, because it's expected to be added on top of an existing NPC or a different, like, monster or whatever.
How do I
So you could play as a monster with the sidekick class, I guess.
Nice, because I was like, I could do all the traditional kind of lore that goes along with unicorns. I'm like, that's some stuff.
We have to make Saba cry in order to get her healing tears.
I
No,
did
no.
have
like purification of water.
there is ASMR, which in D&D are basically like, oh, you're part angel, or there's an angel in your bloodline up there somewhere.
I do recall this, yeah.
And I had a player who was in from Unicorn Blood and had like a unicorn head.
My
Head
goodness.
of a unicorn.
So you killed one of my people. Is that what you're telling me?
What? No.
Nah, he is one of your
one
people.
of the person's ancestors was
he's your
like blessed
third
by
cousin.
unicorns. I don't know how you interpret that at all.
Oh, I thought there was like a unicorn head. I was like, what? Did
No,
you like...
that was his actual head. He grew
Oh,
up with it because he was part holy.
That's
part
cool.
unicorn.
You know what? If you could do D&D unicorn, I'll throw it almost like
mean-
an MLP style. When you get bigger, you get wings as well.
The fuck?
First of all, that's an alicorn. Second of all,
Shut up.
what?
I'm just fucking.
I will become
I'm gonna steal your fucking
alicorn
lunch
when I
money.
get level 5. I don't know.
That's really low level to get permanent wings.
I can't recall this is. I will get Alicorn.
Well, wait, didn't
become Alicorn at some level.
Oh, right. The character I had where I just wanted to be. I don't remember what was the description, because you helped me homebrew my character. Well, it wasn't really homebrew.
A little bit. It was you just wanted to be a punchy guy.
Well, I wanted to be from Hajime no Ippo, and I described like 2 or 3 of like the special moves that Ippo does from the boxing anime, and you were like, it sounds like you need like a lot of speed in order to be able to do this. What if you were like this thing? And I was like, okay, what is that? And you were like, oh, it's ASMR. And I was like, ASMR? I hate that. And you were like, no, it's this thing. It's different. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Let's
But
see.
yeah, I had like I was like level 2 and I immediately got like wings.
You get them at level 3 and then you can fly temporarily for like a minute a day.
Double
I'm currently
fucking
getting
sick.
I'm currently getting into a different, like, relatively similar D20 system called Pathfinder 2e, second edition of Pathfinder, which I like a lot more. And then you can, if you're an ASMR in that game, you can get permanent wings at a higher level, which I appreciate.
Just die. Just let me go. Please.
We'll never let you go.
I'm so sick of this fucking video game.
Well, that was fun in terms
So
of.
we back in
yeah.
the dungeon.
Saba, I for one think that you being a unicorn would be a lot of fun. I think it'd be cool. Like imagine
No.
the shenanigans you could get up to, right? Where it's just like imagine the shenanigans you could get up to where it's like, I'm trying to think of like other fantasy creatures, but for right now, let's just assume that it's a unicorn and that's it. It's like the unicorn like walks up to somebody and they're like, wow, that's incredible. It's a unicorn. Let's like steal its horn for its magical properties. It's like, and you go like, no. And they're like, what is a unicorn gonna do? And then and then suddenly from the saddle, it goes, ha, but she's not alone. And then we both die anyway.
Oh, you're just like
we're
a
lame.
Hey, I have got
unicorns...
an impaling horn and a bunch of different
I'm about
like
to say,
powers.
like
okay?
Saba would be like way more effective than me.
I was gonna say, yeah, unicorns in 5e are still full horses that can also impale people on their horn if they really feel like it.
And if I have, I can't remember the full range of like what unicorn lore is and their natural abilities, but that some of that may be, you know, usable.
I think they might be able to... No, they can't fly. That's a nightmare thing.
Until I become an alicorn agent.
God damn it.
Oh boy.
Because like I guess it's like. Oh, sorry. I'll let you finish.
Well, I was gonna say the only other thing is unicorns, at least Dungeons & Dragons, they can cast a couple of spells. They're not particularly strong. They can charge like a horse and gore people. They can heal people 3 times a day with a decent amount of potency, and then they can also just teleport once per day to up to a mile away with creatures that they want to bring.
Why can that happen?
Sounds pretty fun.
I guess if they just don't feel like engaging with someone that's trying to push
Isn't there
them.
also like a kinship to other animals as well? Well, I guess depending on certain ones.
I think you might be talking
Depending
about
on-
like lore.
Oh, I was
Yes.
gonna say, yeah. They can speak well, they have telepathy, which means they can communicate with anything that has a sentient mind and speaks a language, basically.
I do
So
recall
they can
that.
telepathize.
Let me just look up unicorn lore.
They can take legendary actions, which basically means that they can act off their turn at the end of someone else's turn.
Ooh.
It's a mechanic they have in that game to make
Oh, I
boss
like
monsters
this.
have more
This
action
tells
economy.
me abilities.
Because I I don't know if Lawrence has anything that he wants to add to this particular conversation, but I don't know, because I was just thinking about, it's like, I basically just want to have the ability to transform into objects without the safe space of being able to be like anything other than just objects, you know? Like I basically, like, for my character, I would want him to just either be like a as you said, like a medium-sized object or like a head crab. So there's like no way for me to be anything else but that. Because I think it would just be fun to be like, all right, we're in the middle of a dungeon and we need to get over this gap. How are we gonna do that? All right, I'm gonna turn into a paper airplane. Because I vaguely remember what a paper airplane looks like. Or it's like I'm like, okay, we need to get into this building, and I vaguely remember what the symbol on the badge was to get into this this building.
Oh no, just
and
vaguely.
the DM goes like, all right, describe it. And I'm like, oh shit, I don't fucking remember. And like, depending on how, oh god, I keep coming through here thinking that this is the way I'm supposed to go. It is not, obviously.
So
Apparently.
So it sounds like you don't even want to be a combat participant necessarily. You just want to be able to have the utility of transforming into things
Say
that are
that
small.
again? I didn't hear
What
I
is
didn't hear
this
the first
website?
part.
It sounds like you don't even necessarily want to be a combat participant. You just want to be
No,
able to
'cause, like,
transform into things.
Like being like having like I would want my combat capabilities to be very limited. Like I want to basically just like give someone like a little cut on the face that'll like surprise them or whatever. Or like
Right.
or like, you know, if I'm like really careful, I could like dart them in like the artery or something like that. Like but like normally not very dangerous, but then like I could turn into like a sword
I will say
for
that
someone else to
typically
use.
an ability of mimics in D&D is being very sticky, and if someone touches you haplessly, they get stuck to you.
I fucking
Okay.
love that. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like that's what I want. I want to just play something fucking weird.
I think
Okay.
this character would be too OP if I went off of this website's definition of the unicorn.
What website? Are you looking at Wikipedia's entire source on
No, I'm
unicorn
not.
mythos?
It's not. I'm not
She's looking at the
that.
fucking
Okay.
My Little Pony source.
I was gonna say next, are you looking at the My Little Pony source from Hasbro?
No, I'm not looking at that either.
She says that she deletes the tabs.
No, you
one
don't
must
hear me
know.
clicking it on.
No one must
No, so this one, I mean, obviously it's a little like
According to this
goofy
reliable
website,
source
but,
on
but it's
unicorns.
like, so apparently I can also like, unicorns are also like lie detectors as well. And apparently they're strong enough to kill an elephant?
Unicorns already have a stat block and like mechanics in D&D 5th edition, which presumably is the system that this would be played under, but not necessarily, because there's other systems to play if you really feel like
Let
it.
me see. So like, yeah, magic and blessings. They can grant wishes to pure of heart people. If you have bad intentions, even looking at a unicorn will make you rethink that. Obviously the healing thing.
Hey, Adrian.
Yes.
Poison.
Can mimics only turn into singular items?
Typically, yes.
So, because I was just thinking of like another scenario that would be like kind of silly. Imagine we're we're doing like a thing. Everybody needs equipment, but we're short by like a little bit of gold, like a little bit of money, because I know that there's like different pieces or whatever. But we're short by a little bit of money, and so the conversation comes up where it's like, all right, Zach, what if you just turned into like a little bit of money? And then we talk about it more, and it's like, why don't I just turn into a lot of money? And it's like, well, how are you going to do that? And it's like, okay, just make sure while you're selling this, like while you're purchasing this,
While you're selling me.
well, that was gonna be the thing. So just make sure that while you're using me to purchase whatever you're trying to purchase, just make sure that the stack of gold does not become separated. Otherwise, it's gonna be very difficult for me to maintain the illusion.
Or just a pouch. Just
Well, I
like
was
a
gonna say that's
pouch.
why bullion exists, or like entire like
bullion?
ingots of gold.
Oh! And I just love the idea of
Yo.
like you go in with like an ingot of gold, the guy bites it, and it's like, ow, I take a little bit of damage, but it's still like, as far as he can tell, I'm gold. And it's like, okay, we buy the thing, everybody gets the stuff that they want, everybody's all happy. Oh fuck. Where did that take me? I don't even know where this is.
I'm gonna continue
that
with
clue
the
up there say?
list.
Is there a tutorial up there that's helpful, or is it just a grocery list?
Are you ready for this, Lawrence? The continued list? Because the list hasn't stopped for the unicorn.
Oh, Bo, it's
List
me,
of all
Sir
unicorn?
Hasrella.
Yeah,
I'm
apparently-
hungry. Can you get me a tuna sandwich? I hear it's local there.
but sriracha sauce, it's so cold here. Are you sure you want a tuna sandwich from here?
Yes, they keep the fish nice and frozen there, I hear.
All right, Saba, please continue with your OP nonsense that will never actually make it to being a character.
Okay, so apparently because of our just majestic appearance, because we're nice looking, all like creatures love us, which is like hilarious. I said, so the super strong thing, you know, kill an elephant, blah, blah, blah. Apparently this website says they have super speed, which they normally use for traveling and moving across space and time dimensions.
Peace and
that would be the teleport, yeah.
So,
which is
she's
super funny.
just reading the fucking My
just
Little
reading it,
Pony
yeah.
thing and pretending
It's
like
not.
it's real.
I swear, it's not My Little Pony. Here,
If I go to My Little Pony wiki and I find this exact list, you will be caught.
Then this website stole it. Look at this website.
Adrian,
This is 100% factual.
Yeah.
can you
lore
think of
website.
any more silly scenarios for me as a mimic? Because now I just want to think about it.
Well, I would say that probably like
All right.
there'd
I'm on to
probably
you,
be a little
Saba.
bit of restriction in what you could transform into, because it would be it would be a lot if you could just transform into a full suit of adamantine plate armor from level
I mean,
1.
I wouldn't do that. Like that'd be ridiculous, you know. Like
I was gonna say.
I might want to do silly things, but I'm still reasonable in the sense that like I understand. Like I'm a game designer. I understand that
I was
you can't
gonna
just
say.
do crazy shit, you know.
I'm just thinking of like probably like how would you like balance that though? Like would you unlock different materials to transform into
Nah,
different
it's
levels?
different. You win, Saba.
I
Or
think it
different
would
levels of
be.
complexity.
I think it would be like, so you know how,
post
because I
what
know that
you're
you said
looking
that
at,
it would be like,
Lawrence.
oh, it'd be like a changeling but different. I like the.
Right.
You can have like talents, right, in D&D, where it's like this character now knows how to do this thing.
Yeah, more or less.
I was thinking like kind of similar to what you were just saying, where it's just like, okay, if I can recall what something like looks like or what its structure is, I can replicate its shape, but then replicating its like material and properties would require like actual, you know, knowledge of the thing or like personal experience with it instead.
Right.
And that would be like something that I would like gain through experience, like going through dungeons or whatever, or like through leveling up, where it's like, okay, I am now level 3. I now know how to do plastic.
Plastic would be very interesting considering that's not a common fantasy material.
I know, but just imagine that it's like, all right, I figured out that there's this material, like not non-real world, but it's like, okay, since I can just turn myself into whatever material. Actually, I guess never mind, that's not a player class. I was about to say, because I guess what I'm kind of describing is just being a slime.
Right.
He wants to look like the slime from Slime Rancher.
I will
but
say
be able
that
to play-
Yeah.
not in D&D, but in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which I've been playing a lot of recently, there is like a prestige class called Ooze Morph where you can transform into an ooze. Vaguely relevant.
Do you know Zach from League of Legends?
I don't, and thankfully I don't.
Look it up for me real quick. Just look up
Can
a picture of him.
Can I request
Which way is it spelled? The correct way or the other correct way?
ZAC.
I
It-
want
yeah.
Zach to look like a Slime Rancher from Slime Rancher. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's my true
done.
form as a mimic. Is
Yeah,
I just
it-
look like that.
And I want you to speak like what are those guys from Owlboy again? The
Bogwins.
Yeah, the Bogwins. That's what
I'm
you just gotta talk
looking
like.
at Zach right now.
I am just a kitchen knife. Please leave me alone.
I'm
This
looking
is
at
perfect.
Zach right
this
now.
Is
He
perfect,
looks pretty
Zach. I think
swole.
we're coming together.
Like
okay.
it's weird that he's a slime, but he still has like a lot of muscle.
He's
meant to
built like
be.
a ripped pure person.
No, that is
But yeah,
that is
like a-
unacceptable.
so Adrian, what if I wanted a secondary character that was that? Could I do that?
no, but I want Zach to look like this.
No, Saba, you
Kind
don't. No,
of.
Saba, focus for a second. Look at me, focus.
But cute.
Focus. Shut the fuck up and focus for a second. When
Huh.
Zach dies in League of Legends, he actually just splits into multiple little bloblets that then have to recombine in order for him to like come back to life. So the normal character would just look like the Zach character that Lawrence posted, but when I'm like dying and hurt, I
No,
would just
you'll
be a
look like
bunch of
this.
these little. Ooh!
You'll just be angry.
I just want to be a
Slime.
slime person. What's so wrong with that?
This
There's
is a
no-
slime.
They're not exactly a slime, but in D&D, but there is a Simic Hirish, basically a science experiment person, where you mix a bunch of features together from different animals.
Oh, if we're gonna do like our arcane stuff, look, you can look like this.
And then in PF2E, there is the Flesh Warp ancestor, which basically means that you are indeed a science experiment gone horribly wrong, but there's a bunch of different flavors of it. You can be created, mutated, shape wrought, or technological. But, long story short, it'd be weird if you could cheat death in that way and just be like, oh, I didn't die, I'm just this now.
Well, no, because the idea in League of Legends is that the blobs like shoot out, but then you can hit the blobs and then he'll die.
Right.
So
I guess I'd probably
the blobs move very slowly. They don't really do a whole lot. You get the idea.
Right. I guess probably in D&D they have a system called death saves, where basically you're in your death throes when you're knocked to 0 HP, and you have a chance to get back up. That probably replaced that phase of dying for you if you had that. Where instead of having death throws, you just
This is why I hate
split.
thinking about D&D, because at least in my experience, thinking about D&D and the possibilities has always been a lot more fun than actually doing it. Because it's always so much more restricted. Like I wanna be a slime that can like hide inside somebody's bendy straw. Like I'm just hiding in there, and then right before they go to take a drink, I'm like, ha! My face pops out, and they go, ah, what the fuck?
No.
And
I was gonna say, just by mass conservation, that they have to have a fucking giant big gulp cup for you to hide in.
That's a good point, actually. No, you misunderstand. I could just like pull slime bits off of me and just like leave it in the corner so no one pays attention to it. Just like, don't look at that. Nobody look at that. It's fine.
That would be incredibly hard to plan around if you could just split off chunks of yourself into entirely sentient things.
No, they wouldn't be sentient. It'd be like slimes from
Slime Rancher.
Well, not Slime Rancher, but I can't remember what it's called.
Pokemon.
No, not Pokemon. Dragon's Quest. In Dragon's Quest, slimes have a little core. And the idea is that whichever slime blob has like the little pearl in it is the one that has sentience, and all the other ones are just like they do have instinct, but their only instinct is to rejoin the hole.
Well, then I wouldn't really want to hide inside a cup. I'd want to rejoin the hole.
Well, that's why but that's the thing, is that they're not very good at it. So I just like put it in like a chest in the corner. Just like, all right, just no one look. I put it in a different big gulp.
Okay, first you need the character to be plastic so you can make big gulp cups.
Yeah, we're in the D&D universe, so I turn into a big gulp cup, and they're like, what the fuck is that? Why is it so colorful?
It's like a tankard of some sort. Or a weird pitcher. What is this potion?
That's the funniest shit. I love I think it would be a lot of fun to be this character because he's so stupid. And it's not even just the fact that it's like lol random, it's just also the fact that it's like you get to do such cool shit. All right, guys, in preparation for the quest that we're going on, I'm gonna need to eat like 50 pounds worth of food so I have proper slime mass to make sure that I can survive. Like, that's my prep. Like, everybody else has like long rests and stuff that they have to do. Like, the sorcerers have to like re-get their daily spells and yada yada, like all that jazz. For me, it's like, okay, I gotta eat like a bunch of rocks and and grass and shit to get my biomass up again.
Hey, I see that we have some spare rations going into this dungeon.
Like I prefer to eat rations because they're delicious, when in actuality I know that everybody else needs them. So it's like everybody else is like eating like everybody else is like eating hardtack and cheese, and you cut to me and I'm just eating like a tree branch and I'm crying. I'm just like, it's so rough. I hate it.
It's like when a vampire drinks animal blood instead of person blood because of travel people.
because the human blood is so much better.
Yeah, but they need it in their bodies, so they have to substitute. And Anyway,
Hey,
you're supposed to get the blue tunic in here somewhere.
I know, but it's just so fucking huge. I just got the big gulp.
I was gonna
No,
say,
I got the big
gulp
key.
cup.
I got the big key. So
big
actually,
gulp.
if I can figure out how to get all the way fucking down to the big chest, I think that's where the tunic is. But I need to go all the way back down.
I think it's from here. You just like have to go down from here, right? And there's a bunch of like holes you can go through.
Maybe we'll see. I hope so.
I think that's what I remember
there
from
was
seeing
this
earlier.
one, and then there's cracks in the floor, but then I can't break these cracks. See?
That's safe from your bomb? Okay, good. I was gonna be really scared if you died to your bomb there.
Oh,
I forgot.
Dude, that guy just mounted on you
like a monster hunter.
with his fucking bug spear or whatever it's called.
Insect clave bug spear. Bug spear is so good. You don't even understand how good bug spear is.
I mean, what's the difference? Insect glaive, bug spear,
Well, because the glaive
itchy
has
stick.
the glaive has blades on both heads, and you fight with it
Oh, same
primarily by
difference.
spinning it around. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just bug spear is so good. If I still talk to anybody who I used to play Monster Hunter with, I would share that you called it a bug spear, and I would be like, dude, I'm just calling it bug spear from now on. It's so good.
I mean, it's less syllables.
Oh, I just placed like 4 bombs. Oops.
Well,
I was
you
hitting the wrong
super killed
button.
those 2 slimes. They're super dead now.
Let's do a good job not dying. Autistic pole vaulting from Insect Glaive. Hell yeah, dude. So Lawrence, you want to know one of the things that they added in Monster Hunter Rise for the Insect Glaive? Do you remember when I was playing it, one of the big things was that you had to make sure you were getting all 3 like juices from the monsters, like the 3 different colors?
Yeah.
Excuse me. In Rise, the bug just does that automatically now, like in the middle of your combo. Like some of your combos will now have the bug additionally attacking along with whatever you were already attacking with. And if you hit like a part of the monster that would give, one of those juices, you just get it. And it's so much nicer. And surprise, surprise, Insect Glaive is like good now instead of garbage.
you want to save, sir?
You
You're
are
plus
100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. We saved.
You wanna save about it?
You wanna say?
Hey Lawrence, if you were playing D&D, what mythical creature would you want to be? Or not even just mythical, I guess just monster.
If you had to be a monster, not a traditional like warrior or whatever.
Oh man, I don't know.
Because I would definitely say
joining in
that
the
Saba as a unicorn would probably be like a cleric of some kind, or a paladin even, right? Because it's like healing while also dealing damage. I would probably be the closest to a rogue, so you can consider that as well, Lawrence.
In your party composition,
paladin, because I'm also
we don't want to
nature.
overlap. We want to be a well-balanced party.
Plus
A
20.
well-balanced party of monsters.
I was gonna say.
Saba, do you not agree with you being a paladin?
I mean, I think don't forget, there's also a heavy nature aspect to
So a druid?
unicorn. I don't know. Like I'm saying, I don't know.
A unicorn might be a druid.
Be a ranger instead.
Oh my god.
How the fuck could a unicorn be a ranger?
It
Don't
fires its
you
horns.
need
You
need
protect the
range?
forests and stab things.
Don't you need to be? Oh my god!
Zach,
Well, anyhow,
Zach.
I mean, I didn't even choose unicorn necessarily because I was like, oh, unicorn, but I was like, dude, this lore is kind of fun.
But
I
you
guess,
wouldn't
to
be.
play
You
around
wouldn't
with.
be a unicorn from lore. Like, could you imagine? Could you? Oh my
What?
god!
Why would I not be teleporting and killing
Could you
elephant-sized
imagine? Could you
things?
imagine a different gimmick D&D campaign where everybody in the campaign is a legendary creature, crazy, super uber powerful, and they're all just chilling on an adventure together.
Your quest is to get me,
one
live
thing-
for the wizard, a burger from the Burger King down the street.
And it's the adventures of all these super huge, super powerful, legendary creatures just getting this one wizard who figured out how to bind them for one task. It's like,
I shall reward you with the crown of ages in return for their service.
it's just like the Burger King crown.
Exactly. I'm glad you caught on there.
Charge.
But yeah, sorry,
That's
Lawrence.
the
What would you
penguin
be?
was saying.
Oh man, I don't know.
Oh, could Lawrence be a Kappa?
Pokemon. He'd be his favorite Pokemon, obviously.
A Farfetch? No, not Farfetch. That's just what Lawrence is. Forgot about that.
That's just what I am.
I would like to see Lawrence as a Kappa. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, this
The
magic
only
part's where you're supposed
other-
to use the cape for, so you can get through that guy.
Like the only other magical creature I could think of that I would be like, this is cool as well, would be like the Phoenix or something.
Oh,
But I don't know how that would work either.
I have no idea whether or not a Phoenix would even be remotely balanced.
I was about to say Phoenix sounds OP as hell.
Because you
Phoenix-
it's like,
kill
all
me.
right,
You can't technically kill the Phoenix, but like it'll be out like for 4 or 5 turns or whatever until it comes back.
The Phoenix. So in D&D, the CR is basically how powerful a monster is, and it goes from 1 to 1 is like easy, and then 30 is like deific. A mimic is regarded as about a 3.
Hell
A
yeah.
unicorn is a 5, and a phoenix, if I'm not mistaken, is a 17.
Oh my god.
Where 20
so
is the
actually,
cap
Saba
normally.
and I are pretty reasonable in terms of being like fair.
Actually,
Is
no, I
there
think
a
a mimic's
way
only
where
a
we
2,
can-
actually.
Who?
A mimic.
The fuck?
I think it's a 2. Either a 2 or a 3, I don't remember off the top of my head. It's
Frick,
around
dude.
there.
Tune it down just a little bit more. Is there a way to make a Phoenix just incredibly underpowered?
Just
Yeah,
make it the size of like a hawk.
I mean, it's just like a firebird that has
I
like
was
some
gonna
fire
say,
capabilities. That like
you could-
like I said, you could do the no die.
can you
you could
can do,
down-
you can
Every
do like, you
attack
can do
that I
like
do, it kills me.
you could do like fire empower, right? You could like empower like her talons and wings with fire, and that's like kind of it.
Sure, that sounds.
Like I
Oh,
said,
wait,
you
hold
could,
on,
You could
wait,
even do
Zach,
the don't die, but it'll take you a really long time to get back.
No, Zach, you remember that character from Kipo? Shit, what's his name?
And you
The
have to
bug.
like keep the ashes.
Oh
that,
yeah,
like,
the one where
the
he like
Phoenix
ages
dies in.
super quick, but he never actually dies.
Yeah.
you,
What if the Phoenix is like that?
where Saba goes through all the cycles of her, where she goes through her entire life cycle over the course of like 6 turns, and she spends
Yeah.
2 turns dead because 1 turn she's dead, the next turn she's an egg, and then she comes back.
There you go, Phoenix. Like 3 of its phases is useless. The 4th one is just like default. The 5th one is super
crazy
OP,
sick.
but it only
big
lasts
chest
for
to the
like 2
left?
seconds, maybe.
Going
I thought
up.
the big chest was. I thought it was to the left.
I remember falling down a hole, but I don't remember what hole.
We are
They-
well.
I was gonna
past
say, I think it's
7,
the
by the way.
left.
Well, not okay. You say well past 7. Come on, we're like so close. This is finally
Come
the
on.
tunic that I've been like looking for 1,000 years.
Maybe
You
go
wanna just
down. Is there a door down into the
reload?
left?
There is.
Yeah.
I
How
need
do
to
you get that?
defeat I need to defeat people.
Oh,
It's only
you need
this
to remove
guy.
their feet.
Okay. Let's go this way. I
You should
guess? What
maybe
was
get
here?
the magic.
If you could,
Well, no
if there if you get some cleats, that'd be nice.
Right. Oh, we did this from the other direction, I think, before.
I believe so.
Lawrence,
I
you still
thought
didn't
this
pick
was
your
when
monster.
you.
Yeah, Lawrence,
Oh, I
that's
thought-
that's the only thing I need before I leave. I just need to know what you want to be.
I thought we said Phoenix, but like super underpowered.
No,
so
you
you're
didn't
going
know.
with
She
my
said that. You didn't
my
say
thing?
that.
Which I thought she was guessing for me.
No.
No.
Well,
I said
do you
I said in
accept
terms
that,
of for
or-
me, the only other thing I could think of to be like a mythical creature that has like lore that I was like, this sounds reasonable, is a phoenix.
Well, I was gonna say
That's
like I think
reasonable.
mythical creature is probably a little bit too much because I think it'd be more fun if Lawrence was just like a monster. Because like imagine
mean,
if Lawrence was just
unicorns
like imagine if
already-
Lawrence was just like a zombie.
No, yeah, let him do what he wants. Yeah, that's why I said like I was thinking just in terms of instead of a unicorn, like the only other thing that I would care to like be or whatever is that.
Is a phoenix.
So is a phoenix.
Well, Lawrence. What's your pick? You want to be like an owl bear?
That's huge.
Yo,
isn't it?
owlbear sounds good. It sounds pretty cool.
An owl bear is large size, which means it's the size of, I guess, about 4 humans.
What if you just had Cthulhu on your team?
Sorry, between 4 to 8 humans.
Saba, Cthulhu.
That seems fair to me.
It doesn't to me.
That's the gimmick one that we just talked about, where all the players are just playing as like crazy OP deific beings. Just one of them is just Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Right, and then you have to get Glyphor the Wizard, a Burger King from the Burger King down the street.
A Burger King.
Look at this guy's walking sprite.
So that's a different way. How am I gonna get past him without dying?
I was gonna say, can you? He's not actually that fast when you look at him.
Oh, look, perfect. You can get out. There you go.
All right.
Yes, big
Oh.
chest.
Oh
That's a big chest.
no, but how do I get there?
I was just gonna
Just
say
pick
this
them
isn't
up.
possible.
Oh, you're not. You can't carry them, can you?
No.
Yeah. Oh,
You can't pull
What
either.
about
That sucks.
fire.
Can you turn invisible and just pass through it?
I'm gonna ignore that. If we
I'm
could just turn
guessing-
invisible and walk through obstacles, the game wouldn't exist anymore. That would just be the game. The game would just cease. It would just be done. We would hit credits. Oh my god!
No
Could you
more
imagine like a bonus power up that you get, like in like No More Heroes 3, where you use it the first time and it just summons the credits, and you're just done with the game.
So has Lawrence
Nice.
decided on his monster?
Oh, you
Oh.
gotta use the torch or the lantern probably to save energy. Maybe I don't know.
Lawrence and
I do like Owlbear though,
Bear?
just because it gets me
Owlbear?
close to my WWE bear character.
Oh yeah,
Me-
you're
me
in
and
Grant's reality
Yin and Yang,
changing-
if I remember the names.
Yeah, Yin and Yang, the two Panda Bear WWE characters who inadvertently have the ability to warp reality based on their perception.
Yeah.
You know, I was gonna cold guess Dullahan.
Like the thing that with his head off.
Yeah, Headless Horseman for Lawrence,
That's actually pretty funny, I think, as well. You just
so that he could ride the unicorn.
your head is a boomerang,
Yes. Oh!
Lawrence.
Lawrence could be the humanoid with his head off, but but his whole gimmick is that he lost his head like a while ago.
But
so he's
then Zach could be the helmet.
exactly, I can pretend to be
No.
the helmet who talks for him, right? And then Saba is our noble steed who is actually incredibly dangerous. That's
Sounds like a ragtag
I would
team.
probably
really
probably make this horse very narcissistic as well. Be like, you think you can ride on me? Really?
You say as I'm
Bear?
riding on you.
Yeah, I'm complaining as you're on the.
You're
my back. Really?
It's not passive aggressive, it's like passive narcissistic, where you are really conceited and narcissistic, but you still do things to like help people. Where it's like, wow, you really think you're good enough to ride on me? We've already been riding for like an hour at that point. We're like past the town.
Okay.
See, now
I think
that
it's
sounds like it'd
Zelda.
be like that sounds like it'd be like a fun like comic. just the adventures of a Dullahan, a mimic, and a unicorn.
Yeah.
Pretending to be one like cohesive unit paladin.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that could be really great. Like Saba still is like the unicorn or whatever, like the mystical magical unicorn, but like in that comic universe, the unicorns have to return to like the well of purity to like get their powers back or whatever. But Saba like forgot where it is. So she's like so she's still like a unicorn, like crazy powerful and noble and stuff like that, but she's not like she's not like as magical and powerful as she could be. Lawrence is looking for his head, and then I'm a mimic, so I can't really do anything else. So I'm kind of just like, yeah. What else am I gonna do? Am I just gonna turn into a I could turn into a mug and then just change where the mug's handle is to roll?
Oh my gosh.
All right. Anyway, that was a good stream. We'll be back tomorrow with more Link to the Past. Man, this game is a lot longer than I thought it would be.
I was gonna say this is a get home and chip away for the entire school year game. Well, maybe not
Yeah.
entire school year, but like a good semester of it.
For a good
But I
long
mean, like,
while.
I thought that the game would be a lot more like efficient based on its design or whatever. It's actually just really brutal. Just the game
Yes.
overall.
Old games are. Yep.
All right. Anyway, good night, everybody.
Good
Good night,
night.
everyone.
Good night.